The sounds of Jennifer Rush, the power of love. I love the Celine Dion version, but this one was awesome. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani, and you're hanging out with the adults in the room. This is 94.4 Spice FM, and I'm hanging out with my people.
My name is Eric Omondi. If you're in Masat, Kibos, Obunga, Nyalenda, in the Kisumu area, tune in on 102.5. Or if you're further down at the coast, Mwatate, Kisauni, Chuda, Nyali, Mikindani, we are on 87.9. If you're in Nakuru, do not worry, Shaba, Shabe, all the way down in section 58, Kiamunyi, Langa, Kiti, London, and 3 area. We cover all of that at 96.0. And if you're in Kiovu, in our neighboring Kigali, or all the way down in Inglewood, California, simply visit www.spicefm.co.ke for all the live action. I am the man of great nobility and not common news, Eric Omondi.
I am Barbara Mbaka, also known as the Duchess of Ikolomani. If you're in Kakamega, Butere, Hayega, you are listening to us as 102.5. And if you're in Ruaka, Kitengela, Kiambu, and Nairobi environs, stick to 94.4. We are the home of authentic, and I mean authentic, soul music, rhythm, and blues. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, and we're also the home of authentic conversation, man. You guys are looking
excited.
About that. Yeah, you guys are looking excited and all dressed up, man.
Yeah, we had a show. We launched today.
Yeah, today was our official launch. We are now officially launched, paid for and prayed for.
Amen.
Air.
Oh, totally.
We are national, regional, and international.
It was very exciting. I had to look for a choice pocket square.
I noticed. I saw.
Which would match. If you're at home or in the office watching, you can see my pocket square. Where's the camera? At home.
Eric, stop.
Yeah, so you could see my pocket square. It's a choice pocket square for the very auspicious occasion we had here today.
You know, Eric, I was emceeing the launch, but now when I was trying to see myself on TV, the cameraman didn't show me. He cut me off the shot.
But you did a good job. You did a good job.
I called my mom. I told her I'm on the news today at 7. Please check it out.
And then she said, "Mimi mtu naona anaitwa Japani." Mimi naona tu Japani, lakini wewe.
Cameraman, you did me in, man. You did me in. Barbara, wewe, uko fit?
I'm good. How are you?
No, me, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Yes, better than both of you.
It's so funny how you guys are. I'll tell you guys how I am.
Yeah.
Okay,
because you guys don't want to answer. I think it's a top secret about how you are.
How are you, Kopa? How are you? How are you?
That is very strange. I am fine. I went back home. We had our first national show yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Which was exciting. And I went back home pretty late. I was getting back to my house at around 11 o'clock. So I've been thinking about how to change my regimen because I'm a health freak.
Oh yeah.
So I try. I'm trying now because after you speak for a fantastic conversation for 3 whole hours, you get quite hungry.
Yes.
So I got home and I was peckish. So I decided I would bite on something. So I took out the chicken out of the fridge, and I decided to just have a quarter of it, only to find myself massacring the entire half. And I felt so guilty. So I had a guilty workout.
11.
So in the morning you woke up.
I had to do mad press up chicken. Trying to cut the chicken
at 11 p.m.
At 11:42. No. I ate it with some rice, but I had 2 portions. I felt quite guilty.
That's very irresponsible.
No, you just say you were hungry.
I was starving, but yeah, that's how I am. So I'm thinking of ways going forward to change my eating habits.
All right. Yesterday when I got home, my wife had prepared for me a very light meal of rice and some dengu.
What is rice being light?
No, it's light. It's not like chicken.
I forgot. I forgot you're a Luya man.
Yeah.
I forgot you're a Luya man.
In fact, I'm wondering what she has in store for me today.
Oh, please. And you're sitting here. It's just 7 o'clock.
It's a subtle message. How about you, Bob? You're
good.
telling me something similar to Eric's.
No, yes. I've decided from tomorrow I will start working out. I'm actually very inconsistent.
Barbara decides every week.
Oh, please. I'm allowed to reset.
The first time I ever met Barbara, she told me she was on IF, which is intermittent fasting.
Please don't say it loudly. I have friends watching.
No, just that same afternoon, she reached for a very massive banana.
Eric.
Unachoma. My IF is starting later tonight.
I was feasting. There's a feasting part.
So you're saying?
I'm good. I'm also thinking of going eating healthy. I'm trying, but it's actually a challenge for me. I wouldn't lie. So just pray for me as you do that. But basically what I've been thinking about is dating.
Before you get into dating, Barbara, there's a very interesting story I want to tell you.
Okay,
before.
tell me.
You know, as I was preparing to come and do the emceeing, I had to go to the Kinyozi, right? So I went there early in the morning. But now my wife came along. So the reason that wasn't so exciting was, you see, after getting your haircut,
yes,
one of the highlights is getting a very nice massage. So there is a guy who knows you for at least 5 minutes, and then there is a massage hapo kando.
A lady.
Yeah, there's a lady hapo kando who massages you for.
And your
like
wife saw that. Your wife saw that.
So it was very uncomfortable because my wife was around. So I had to tell that lady, bana, leo fanya tu kichwa. But wachana na shingo and my shoulders.
You like that section of, as in that part of being massaged by ladies in the barbershops.
If you're listening from Limpopo, Emmanuel went to the barbershop for a haircut. And he took his wife along. And what he loves to do the most is to get a full back massage.
No, I've not said I
with his back bare. So
you know, you can even remove your shirt.
So he removes his shirt, but this day he couldn't. So he had to pretend that the massage was bad.
No, I didn't pretend.
Eric,
I just told
this guy has to go home. He might sleep on the sofa.
I just told that lady not to get into my shoulder and my chest.
Why? Normally she does that.
You just allowed under your ear.
I told her just to do my head. But you know, massage, like Kinyozi's barbershops, for those of guys who are listening in Pyongyang, barbershops have become very elaborate.
Yes.
Because they have a very small, barbershops for men, they have a very small area for getting your hair cut, and then a very huge, very popular massage place at the back. Because so I feel like nowadays guys are going out more for the massage.
I think you're right, but it's only a Nairobi phenomena. To be honest, I was so shocked. First time I got a haircut I was staying in some place called Coolidge Avenue in Los Angeles, and my friend took me to get a haircut. And in LA, at least, I don't know about New York, they turn you against the mirror. So you're not seeing the mirror. You see here when you're cutting your hair.
He can just
so they turn you away from the mirror and then they cut your hair. And then they gossip and have all these grandiose stories about this and that. The Obama, oh man, where you from, man? From Africa, man, bully bully boo boo, my brother from the He's trying to speak African. So this guy cuts my hair and I'm very nervous because I'm not used to that system. And everybody has been turned away from the mirror, right? And then now the element of surprise when he's done with his do, he turns you around.
So it's like a boom.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be like, wow. And then, Emmanuel, in Inglewood or anywhere around the environs of LA, nobody's going to wash your hair.
Are you serious?
They do it here. Yeah, they don't even have the, you know the way they put spirit here?
Yeah.
They don't have the...
They don't put spirit?
No, they just tap
Spirit
you.
is another highlight of every haircut.
So they just tap you and then you go. So I felt so uncomfortable.
And you pay a lot of money.
Yeah,
Right?
I think I paid $20
that's
for that
2,000
terrible
Kenyan shillings,
yes,
right?
for that terrible haircut. So
Yeah,
I didn't. So I think in
It's
the
an African
barbershops
thing.
in Kenya are way advanced.
Yeah, they are.
I remember in South Africa I got my hair cut and the guy charged me 600 rands.
For what?
And he was using this thing. What is that thing called? You know the blade?
Yeah, my grandfather used to use that.
They had the
600
blade.
rands?
It's 600 rands.
Hey, that's too much.
No,
that's expensive.
60 rands.
Maybe
I
it should
think
be
it's
60 because that's
no,
600.
yeah, 60
So you're not
rands.
moving out of Kenya anytime soon.
No.
because you'll have
So
the
while
massage.
you were nervous when you're with your wife, I think Kenyan barbershops are doing an amazing work.
Yeah, I think they're doing
It's
amazing
called
work.
added extra service.
In Kenya, we have a lot of things which we take for granted. Like when you go and pump, when you go to the gas station, you have someone pump the gas into your car for you. In America,
you don't know. You have to pull it out yourself.
We have to give jobs
I
to
just
everyone.
said pull it out. That's funny. Anyway,
What are you thinking? Get your mind out of the gutter.
So
the
it's
other
only
thing,
7:30.
the other thing, Emmanuel, I've remembered at my barbershop here in Nairobi, I cannot go Barbara for a haircut in the middle of the day. It's a waste of time. It's an experience.
So you want to go at night?
No, I go at the tail end, at the close of business. Because the good ladies will have me remove my top, which I do gleefully.
Oh, you normally remove your shirt.
Alice, how are you?
But that is strange.
Then I bend submissively. Check it.
For her to kanda your
Why are you
back.
breathing so heavily?
Yeah, because it's therapeutic.
So you're experiencing
Yeah, you have to, and then they have to squeeze your bone marrow nicely all the way down, and then come up and slam your back. Check it.
Do what? They do
Slam your
what?
back, slam your back. And then squeeze your breast
Remember,
region.
this is a haircut.
Breast region, lower breast. See, the
I
ribs.
wish you could see
The
yourself
rib
from where I'm
check
seeing
it.
you.
It's a therapeutic.
But that only happens in the Hurlingham.
Yeah, I love that area.
Enough
And
about
then
your
they blow your hair.
haircut.
Check it.
That is very nice.
enough about your haircut.
Next time, don't go to the barbershop with your wife. You'll be missing out on a good treatment.
Especially the ones in Hurlingham. Anyway, let's take a very short break. We'll be back. 94.4 Spice FM.
Ready? Okay. Spice FM.
This is 94.4 Spice FM. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani. You're hanging out with the adults in the room.
Yes.
If you're tuned in the environs of Nairobi, if you're in Rongai, as Barbara said earlier, if you're in Kitengela, if you're in Limuru, please tune in on the same frequency, 94.4 Spice FM.
And if you're all the way down in Eldoret, we're on 96.7. The Nyeri region is 97.9. If you're in Camps Bay, town I love. Is it a town or down in Cape Town?
It's down in Cape Town.
Down in Cape Town, in Camps Bay, all the way in the Western Cape of Nah. You simply go to www.spicefm.co.ke.
I am Barbara Mbaka, also known as the Duchess of Money. Our SMS code is 40127 and our telephone number is 019-12600. Also join us on our social media platform if you can contribute to the conversation. That is Spice FM KE. Let me repeat, Spice FM KE on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
And remember, you're hanging out with the adults in the room where you have unfiltered, authentic conversation where you can't hear anywhere else but right here on Spice FM. Just before we went on the break, Barbara, you were saying something.
Oh, I was saying enough about your barbershop business.
You're feeling jealous about our massages.
No, I'm just worried.
But you guys are done to many things. I've once walked into a random semi-spa salon thing and I saw some lady's leg high up. I had to run out.
That's a pedicure. Stop making fun.
I was quite shocked. I was like, I thought they were dislocating her. It was high up. I could barely see her face.
Let's leave this guy.
That was a pedicure.
Anyway, guys, with the amount of pressure I've been getting of late, I've been thinking of dating.
Da-da-da-dang.
But anyways, because as much as I'm thinking of dating,
Is that an advertisement?
No, it is not.
That's your plan for the first day on there. Jackie, I am dating. Okay.
No, I'm not saying I'm dating.
Anyway,
it's very difficult. I just realized the other day when I was trying to see if I can date that it's very difficult for single mothers to date. Because one, especially if you have a child, gentlemen tend to fear, and I understand where the fear is coming from. I cannot judge anyone from that. One, they were like, would this child call you my father? Would you have a good relationship with that? Would things go up with the baby daddy come into the picture and this, like this mantle or this, just cause chaos or fiasco within the relationship.
So what happens when you meet a guy? Do you announce immediately that you have that you're a single parent, or do you give him time to know you and then drop the single
time
parent?
For what? Become as a package. Oh. Excuse me.
I think it's not everybody's cross to bear.
Yes.
I know for one, it's not my cross to bear.
I know that. You cannot. For him, he cannot marry her.
I know many friends of mine who are gracious enough, and God in his wisdom gave them the grace to handle a woman they've just met who comes with a child. Matter of fact, I know a gentleman I'm very close to who started dating this lady just a couple of weeks after she'd given birth from a different relationship.
That guy is strong.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No. So I think it's
Emmanuel, I've seen what you've done.
Sound very bad.
No. I'm just saying it's not everybody's cross to bear.
It takes
I
strong
know
men.
for one. What I would say about that, Barbara, is this: self-knowledge is very key. Having studied myself, and it's a continual journey.
Yes.
I have studied myself to levels about the things I can condone and those I cannot condone.
Just say it, my
the
darling.
things I am able to stomach and those I can't.
Yes.
I think I don't have the stamina to start talking to somebody's baby daddy or having shenanigans with your baby daddy or finding your baby daddy at your parking lot. I don't have the stomach for that. So I would just opt out.
But I thought just because you love me, you can take me for anything.
I would try and love somebody who is not in the motherly state.
I think you're born.
Oh my God! Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Eric. So your problem is just the baby daddy, huh?
No.
If the baby
even
daddy
the child is a problem for him.
No, I have a long list. list. Those kids don't respect people much. Eh?
No!
You call that child to order and then say, hey, I think you should not play with fire. You are not my father! I don't want to deal with that. I don't have the grace for it. But I'm sure there are many men listening to 94.4.
No, it takes a very strong man.
There are many men.
Strong.
And I'm glad Emmanuel put it as an advert. There are many men listening to 94.4 Spice FM from across the globe, even online, who have the heart.
But I tell you what, Barbara,
and the capability to handle that. I can't.
I tell you what, Barbara,
I know you can't.
I think one of the things one should do, because you're not gonna date as a package, as you said earlier.
No, we come as a package, but I date alone.
I'm telling you something. You're not gonna date as a package, all right? He's gonna date you, all right?
Yes.
So I think initially, for me, I'd like to get to know you first.
So you don't.
And then now, after a while of me and you hanging out and me feeling your vibe, now is when you tell me
that is not a trap.
No. Exactly.
No, you want to trap me into thinking you're alone, then you announce your triplets. So there's a little matter. Just a little matter. Okay, so I have these 3 babies.
That's why,
3 babies.
See, on day one, Barbara.
No, day one, I tell you.
You announce that you have a baby. I think.
No, I think
Emmanuel, you're the man who will run, and it's okay. I want you to run.
Emmanuel, it's better to say it earlier.
Yes,
because I know of women who hide the fact that they have children.
Many do.
Those children, grown children with pubic hair, living with their mothers. Then they announce it after 89 months. When she's now expecting the second child with you.
Eric, did that happen to you?
No, I'm just saying. So you guys are expectant.
Eric looks like he's talking from experience.
No, you guys are expectant. You are so excited telling your friends, oh, by the way, Angie and I are expectant. And then one of your friends said, hey, but Angie was once expectant in 1992. You're like, what? This Angie of mine? Then now you confront her. Then she's like, yeah, I have a 21-year-old. 21-year-old. So I'd rather you say.
Just be open about it.
I tell you why I don't like your strategy, Barbara.
Yes.
It's because, you see, I may fall in love with you. You see, you, Barbara.
Yes.
So we've dated. You've not given me that very heavy information. So we've dated for a while.
Look at the way you should see how your eyes just went dim.
So I've gotten to know you, Barbara.
Yes.
Right? And then now you're bringing in a new angle of Barbara. You're like, hey, by the way,
I'm being open.
Yeah, you're being open. So you're like, hey, no, you've known me for 5 months.
Yes.
I need to tell you something about me. I have a son or a daughter. Are you willing to continue with this relationship?
You want me to wait for 4 months?
So seeing as I love you so much because of how we've hung out, because of how we connected, I can even accept the person that you're with.
That's
a better strategy than announcing on radio 94.4.
I'm not.
I have a kid and I'm dating. You know,
check it. Oh, my kid has a monstrous appetite, which is not an issue. It's not an issue.
We already know that.
What tunamsiagia. So,
Barbara, you need to employ a strategy. You see now a guy like Eric, you just date him.
But I don't want to.
You let him fall in love.
I don't want to get a guy like Eric. Let's just be clear.
You let him fall in love with you, and then you drop the.
I'd rather be honest with a guy like Eric for him to make a decision whether he wants to be in or out.
I agree with you.
That's the wrong strategy.
No.
When was the last time you dated?
I can't even remember.
No, strategy in buy. So you need to change your approach.
Emmanuel, you're not.
No, let me tell you, Barbara, and you know I have a lot of wisdom in this area.
No, Eric is a radical. Don't listen to this guy.
Let me
yes, my radical wisdom man.
Honesty still is the best policy.
I agree.
If you have 3.5 fingers, stop walking like this. I know a gentleman whose finger, I think his finger.
God forgive us.
No. I know this guy whose finger. I don't know what he was doing. Then he lost his finger, so he pretends that he has all the fingers. So he's always holding a fist. So you're like, hey, how are you doing? He wants to fist pump. You're like, just show. I know you have 3 fingers. I saw many years ago when we met. So don't hide. Just come as you are. Look, my name is Eric Omondi. I have 14 children and 3 baby
But let me tell you, Eric.
But Eric,
let me tell you, you know you may be missing out on a huge thing that God, since you love
but
God,
that is lying.
a huge thing that God has set up for you in the package of a single mother.
No, but I think the wisdom
Eric
of it is this. No, this is it. Not me.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
God
it is not
everyone. What you can't handle. God knows my heart. I can't.
But God can give this man someone.
I can't handle. You, not me. No,
not him. Even me. I agree. I honestly agree.
Yeah.
No,
I know.
No,
his
you
character.
need to teach him and convince him.
No. God will bless me with the desires of my heart. Look,
he needs a single
the point
woman.
I'm trying to say is this: there is some sense in what Emmanuel is saying to this degree, that you need wisdom in how you relay the information, but you also don't want to relay too soon. There are people who are so also weird. Like you start, sometimes when you say, oh, by the way, I have 14 children. Oh, by the way, I have triplets.
Why do you have 14 children and not
listen,
like seriously?
oh, by the way, I have triplets and their dad walked away. Like there are ladies you meet on a date and then they start downloading very heavy info.
Yes.
You know, so it's been a while since I had cake. I could thank you. The last time I had cake, my grandmother just passed, which was so funny because it was 2 months after something fell on my dad's head. So it's been a tired time. One of the
Where do you get this women
no,
from?
listen. So one of the other things that happened before now, my mom just collapsed, randomly collapsed just like this, and we're just like, oh my god. So my younger sister ran away, right? So anyway, we are still looking for
that
her.
is too
See, that's
much
what I'm saying.
information.
There are people who say that. Then like, but thanks for this cake. This is the first carrot cake I've had in like forever.
And then another
Anyway, is your house big enough? Because I've been wondering what to do with my child. So you see now you're scaring someone.
Okay, I don't want to believe that women like that. I honestly don't.
When women tell you the strangest things, you're not a man. Have you ever gone to dates? Women tell you the
I'm
strangest
not
things.
a
I've
man.
gone to tons of dates and they tell you the strangest things. Something from anywhere from, okay, I had come from Ruiru to, like we met and you're not. Why are you not excited? Like, the way is the force. Where is the force? So women tell you weird things. So the point I'm trying to say is
Women, please behave.
To make the long story short, how you relay the information is very important.
Yes.
Don't lie, but don't relay it in a very
don't
save
shock
me
me.
way.
Don't shock me on radio. I'm hollering at you, and then I hear, "Hey, I'm dating. I have kids." As in, give it to me. In even when you have a baby, you don't feed them with ugali mboga na nyama. So you give them first.
So in short, I should not be
the
advertising
mother's
that?
milk.
No, say you have a child, but how
No,
you
but
say it?
to be very honest, I'm very open about it. I understand what you say. Both of you have points, but they're all debatable. Let's just say that. They're all debatable. However, I will not lie about it. I'll just be open
don't
to
lie.
you.
No,
I won't lie.
Honesty is the
And
best
I'll not
thing.
wait for 4 months.
But
If I decide,
you'll find a
and
better
if
way
anywhere,
of relaying the information.
I'm going to come for tips.
And also, there are guys who lie that their children are their sisters or brothers.
No,
At
even
all
women do that. Even women do that. I know of a lady,
Mary, umesalamia Emmanuel. This is my young
a
sis.
sister.
And the sis was, that is terrible. Don't
No,
lie.
I have a friend of mine who was
Alright.
lying about that.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, you want to say something, darling?
No.
I have a friend of mine
about
who-
to cut you short, and then I.
I have a friend of mine who lied about that. Dated someone for about 7 months, and it was good and all that, all the works. She had a teenage daughter, so she was calling the teenage daughter the niece. And the problem is, and I think it was a game they'd already played, and this guy was like, "Oh, your niece."
I think.
So unfortunately, after they went to the coast, and when going to the coast, someone knew her, and it's like, "How's your daughter?" I think they were the kids were in the same preschool. So when this story came out, the man was very disappointed. Sorry.
Disappointed.
She was
Yes.
very disappointed.
No. My God, the era of
No,
original
it's fine.
entry, the Lunde in me came out.
It's fine because that information can disappoint and dead at it. It totally can.
So anyway, this
Yes.
lady found herself at the coast, left behind,
Yeah.
stranded, and they had driven down with this
That's
man.
terrible.
So she was looking for transport to come to Mombasa.
I know,
from Nairobi.
Barbara, I know a guy in my school who knew his mother was his mother in Form 4.
Huh?
Yeah. His mother lied all through the way she is his sister.
I know.
Okay, I can get upset if I'm that child.
I know a story about some two siblings who were in the same school, but
Yeah.
they had the same dad, but they didn't know that was their dad. But they were friends. They had the same dad. They didn't know they have the same dad, and they're in the same school.
The things that you men do.
Oh, party of women, you didn't say that. The part for there's a woman who lied. You're like, hey, I would be very upset if I was that son.
No!
The things you men do. You need the same.
I have to defend the women.
We'll be back after this short break. 94.4 Spice FM. You hang out with the adults in the room. Eric, you haven't told us how you are, and I don't think you escaped. You'll tell us how you are for a minute
In a
when we
moment.
come back from there. Please don't touch the dial. We'll be back. The amazing sounds of Whitney Houston, the late Whitney Houston, man. She could sing like a bird, man, from a 1984 album. The single is How Will I Know? How will I know if he truly loves me, man?
Yes,
Barbara
how
is
will-
asking that question. How will I know?
Oh, please.
And one of the answers is when you don't give him all the information at once. Guys, welcome to Spice FM. You're hanging out with the adults in the room. If you're in Mombasa, please join us on 87.9. If you're in Bamburi, if you're in Nyali, if you're in Tuapa, please tune in on 87.9 FM.
And if you're all the way down in Nakuru in Shaba area, Section 58, Kiamunyi, Langalanga, Kitio, London, all of its environs and the free area region. We are on 96.0. If you're in Eldoret, we are on 96.7. And, our neighboring Nyeri, we are on 97.4. If you're in Bryanston in Johannesburg, Rensburg, or Albany, New York, simply go to www.spicefm.co.ke. My name is Eric Omondi.
And if you want to contribute to the conversation, our SMS code is 40127. That is 40127. And our telephone number is 0719 012 Contribute. Let us know what you think about this.
Yeah, and remember, you hang out to the adults in the room, the home of the most authentic and honest conversation that you'll ever find in Kenya and in the world.
Yeah.
Now, before we went on the break, Barbara told us how she was, and we're supposed to go to another segment, but I'm really curious to know how Eric is.
I am. I'll tell you how I am, man. As I was driving to work, I came in very early in the morning, as we said.
Yes.
Because we are launching.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about a friend of mine called me the other day and said he's distraught that most women he's tried to date are very similar. And he was complaining that a lot of women are very materialistic.
Okay.
So we got into a deeper conversation about why he felt the need to be with a woman. And he thought I was being mad. So I was just asking him why. Not that I was advising that he goes be with a man. But
I was about to ask you that question.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no, but I
Either way,
there's
it's
nothing
your
wrong
freedom.
with him being whatever.
Yes.
Not to castigate any choices. However, but I was just trying to think very broadly about the things upon a single person to do outside of a relationship. I think we are in a society that is so fixated about the need to be intertwined in a relationship. So I thought about things that make me happy, and I was sharing with him. I said, look, have you thought about traveling, I asked him, have you been to Eldoret? He said, no, I've not. I said, why don't you take a drive to Eldoret? Because you have a lot of time on the weekends now. Nobody's watching Netflix in your house. Why don't you take a drive and go to
You mean
Eldoret?
there's a woman watching Netflix? Are you trying to say women are lazy?
No, I did not say
No, I'm just wondering, actually, nobody's
Barbara, you
watching.
remind me of my wife sometimes. Sometimes we're talking about the moon, and she talks about the sands of the beaches of Nyeri.
So the other thing I learned, which I was sharing with him, I said to him that it's very easy when you're in a relationship or out of one to romanticize relationships and focus solely on the honeymoon stages.
Yes.
So I was telling him, having hung out with this guy like Emmanuel and many of my married friends, they will tell you truths about marriages that are not so exciting. Nothing wrong with it. Of course, there's a good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's a season.
But when you're outside a relationship, you think about the things you're missing. All right. So I told him, look, work on yourself. Try and lose the belly in the meantime.
Really?
Go to places you've never gone to and just find yourself. What do you truly want? Because in the quagmire of being in a relationship, there's a lot of noise in that. But if you sit still and think about what you want, you can really go far.
So what you're advising this guy was that he should maybe learn to be with himself.
Learn to be with himself.
Be happy being alone.
Be happy by being by yourself. Look, I believe in being a whole, complete individual, so that you can give off of yourself as a whole package.
Yes,
there's this rule of, I am if I am a 50, if I find another 50, will be a
No, that's a very wrong rule.
That's terrible. So I was telling him, why don't you be whole? Even in the process of being whole, you'll attract another
whole person.
I agree with you on another level, in that, when you get married, one of the things I think you should do is don't rush to get children. Enjoy being you and your wife alone first for many years, so that when now the kid is joining you after a couple of years or whatever, you guys already have that
a solid relationship.
I cannot agree more, but that also precedes knowing yourself. Because if you know yourself, there's a big chance you're going to meet somebody who understands herself better, who is good for you. Because you see, if you don't know, let me tell you.
No, what he's trying to say.
If you don't know yourself, you will not even communicate that to the next person.
Yes.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't
even know what you want.
You don't know exactly my point. You don't know what you
agree with him.
I'm actually agreeing with you. You can actually be happy being alone. It is okay. You can be happy being in a relationship. You can be happy being a couple, but you also can be happy being alone. It is not everyone's cup of tea.
But it's interesting.
Yes, marriage is not everyone's cup of tea
interesting,
or relationships.
It's interesting. The people who are very happy to be alone in this room are both single people. So it's a very strange debate.
That's why we call the adults
Are
in
you
the room.
guys pushing your own?
No.
No. They're not pushing.
I know of people who are in marriages,
And they're very happy.
but they're very absent emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you know tons of people who told you about, tall tales about their fathers who are, yes, physically present, but not emotionally present. And then a lot of people, if you don't know where you're going, as they say, any road would lead you there. If you can communicate who you are perfectly well to the next person, then you're
Yes.
going to get a better deal. But if you can't, what are you going to do?
So, so at what point now do you say, okay, now I know myself? Now I
Upon
want to-
being
growing up.
How do you know? No,
I-
my
this
question is, how do you know now you're
This is how I would know. I would know because I've worked on myself and I can present a good product to the next person. A disciplined person, which is going to be, it's very elaborate. We are going to discuss it together. A disciplined person, a truthful person, a trustworthy person. Because when you become those things...
Are you
you're going
advertising
to-
yourself?
No. I'm not keen on a relationship. If you're those things, you're going to invite... we attract who we are.
Yes, that's true.
So you're going to invite that person. So you see when you call them and say, we are meeting at 10, they'll be there at 10. There's no pressure.
No,
And
but
then-
sometimes I attract funny
let
people.
me finish. And then when you've met and you feel that you're in sync, then you can pursue a relationship.
But okay, I feel like that's very idyllic. Like it's a very idealistic
Scenario.
romanticized scenario. Because
Yes.
maybe when I'm traveling, being alone, as you've said, to
There are people who
Eldoret,
can.
the moment I get to Eldoret, I'll meet this very hot chick who I'll fall in love with immediately.
And impregnate her.
So my question is to
And
you, and you're
impregnate
not
her and start a
answering.
family.
Leave him alone.
So my question, which Eric is not answering, is
Yes.
how long is this period? Is there a timeline?
But
Is
why are
it
you in a
3
hurry?
months?
See,
Is it 6 months?
what
Is it a
it's-
year?
it's-
Let it go. Whatever you feel. If it's 2 days, we're all not the same. If it's 6 months, if it's 7 years, like Emmanuel, go ahead. It's your life.
Emmanuel, it's very possible to meet a hot chick in Eldoret. And then you can communicate when you're back in Nairobi for a few weeks.
Are you sure you mean communicate?
to-
I don't think Emmanuel
no.
meant communicate.
Yeah, so I'm
or
trying to-
communicate.
So you can call them and hang out and then get to know them. Getting to know somebody takes time. All right. And then you can pursue your other interests, e.g. impregnation. And things like that. But now you
Enough of
cannot
it.
now start shaking there with disbelief and you want to start a family in Iten and you just gone there on a visit.
That
Eric,
is
the
very
same thing you
interesting,
said when you
Barbara.
were talking about what your friend was going through. It's something that just caught my mind. He was saying most women are materialistic.
That was not, I
No,
didn't
I'm saying your friend,
said
your
yes.
friend.
most women he has dated.
Yeah, are materialistic.
Yes.
It can't be reversed
It would be.
because at the moment we're having that problem also.
It says that I don't speak to a lady to know. So have you had a materialistic man you want to tell us about? Me, I was talking to a man.
No, let it be on record. I prefer dealing with financially fit men.
You'll tell me, Eric, later, maybe on one of the subsequent shows, the timeline. Me, my problem is just the timeline.
But-
You know you have a problem. You like dating people for 7 years.
No,
What is
you
that?
are-
A presidential term?
Barbara is spoiling my name on the air. On our first day on the air. Guys, you're tuned in to 94.4 Spice FM. You're hanging out to the adult in the room where you have the most authentic and honest conversations that you'll ever have on radio. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani. Don't touch the dial. We'll be back. Yeah, you got that right. This is Spice FM 94.4 in Nairobi. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani.
Look, if you're listening all the way down in Eldoret, we're on 96.7. If you're in Coventry in London, Parklands in Johannesburg, or the areas of Cape Town, or Limpopo, or Kualanga, you simply have to go to www.spicefm.co.ke. My name is Eric Omondi.
And I am Barbara Mbaka, also known as the Duchess of Ikolo Money. Now, if you're able to chime in on the conversation, let us know what you think on our social media handles. That is Spice FM KE on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our SMS code is 40127, and our telephone number is 0719-012-600. We shall be responding to your calls at the top of the hour.
Yes, I wonder you've taken the words right out of my mouth. The people are already calling. This place is really beeping yellow.
Yay!
These people are calling and calling and calling. Keep the calls coming, but we're gonna pick up your calls at the top of the hour. That's between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. But keep those lines jammed because that means you're listening.
You can also tweet us some of your thoughts and experiences about what we've discussed so far. What is our Twitter handle, Barbara?
Spice FM KE.
And if they can't find us there, you can find us also on our personal handles. Eric, what's your personal handle?
At ERIQ_Duncan is my personal handle on Twitter.
Beam Mbaka. That's my handle.
And mine is Manu Kisiangani on Twitter. You can get me on Twitter, and on Instagram you can get me on Emmanuel Kisiangani. Now, before we went for the break, I was very curious about Barbara, and I wanted to know what's on your mind today.
Whatever I had on my mind just changed because of this gentleman right here, and I'm going to tell you why. I just wondered when you asked me about women being materialistic.
I did not say that.
Okay, your friend.
You mustn't.
Allegedly, he was asking for a friend.
No.
But you guys, you're saying women are materialistic.
I hadn't said that.
No, his friend said it, but
So
not
Barbara,
him.
you're accusing him.
Let me paraphrase. I was speaking to a friend who said that all the chicks he has dated, all right, or ladies he has dated, turned out to be very materialistic. And then I told him he must not be in a relationship. He's an individual and he can lead a life without being intertwined in relationships.
Fair enough.
Are we clear?
I'm very clear.
Fantastic.
Crystal. Now I'm asking, do you men, especially you two here, do you get intimidated or find it difficult dating a woman who is financially fit?
Very quickly.
Or financially at a higher level than you are?
I've seen men who are intimidated by men who are financially well off. If you
because usually the man is the man is the one who usually is the one in a better place financially.
Luckily for me, I met my wife when she was in college, so I was financially fitter than her.
Why are you saying luckily for you?
As in I'm saying,
meaning he's the man of the house.
In regard to Barbara's question, for me, I met my wife when she was in college. So I've not gone through that experience personally, but I've seen a couple of guys who've stopped maybe chasing, if I can use that word, chasing in quotes, after chicks because maybe they have more money than them. So they get intimidated. They're like, that chick has more money. So where can we pelekana? Something like that.
Yes.
Have you ever met a guy who's intimidated by you being more successful financially?
Yes.
All right. I'll tell.
Yes, I have.
Barbara, I think love is where you find it. And the heart often wants what it wants.
Yes.
So you cannot say that, these women has a lot of money more than I have, so I'm intimidated and I'll run away.
But don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Don't bring your beards.
The challenge is this, Barbara. The challenge is that oftentimes a lot of women I've heard about, because I haven't, been in that situation, make it they're very vocal about their stature. And they really pronounce their level of money. All right. So it's always, even when I met you, see, I'm the one who fixed you with expensive.
Really?
I met a friend of mine, and I think I told you Kisiangani a while back, and he was distraught, this guy. And he said, we've built so much with this lady, and then now she's found another love interest, and she came over and took the car away. So I said, whose car? He said, well, my car, but why did she take your car away?
Maybe it wasn't
so
his
it
car.
turns out she had bought him a car.
Okay.
So a lot of women I've heard about, I don't know for a fact, really pronounce the fact that they are the breadwinner. Like this guy.
Even men do that.
When I met this guy, he was absolutely nothing.
I'm sorry,
he used to have his endeavors and dengu. This man was sweaty. He had no idea of what a deodorant was. This man, his teeth.
I combed him.
He had a rabbit teeth until I took him to the dentist. This donkey here. So there's a lot of that.
By the time a woman is saying that, it means you've done something.
You and qualifying.
No.
Behavior.
Women are not mad people.
No.
They actually react or act to an action or something wrong with them. They're not mad.
The thing I've seen, the numerous times you see high-end Range Rovers and Mercedes being driven by men who are going to pick women, say in campuses or even in slum areas. I have never in my entire life seen a woman downgrade to a guy's level. You're going to the heart of Uruma to pick a guy.
Yeah, Eric is of the thought of if a guy is dating like you, if I'm dating you, and then maybe I'm well off financially, maybe, all right, and then we break up.
Yes,
you'll shoot up, like
of
you
course.
won't shoot down.
Have to upgrade.
But I don't think that's the case, Eric.
I don't know if women
we don't downgrade.
Women downgrade. I don't know if
Are
women
you sure,
downgrade.
Barbara? I don't think you can speak for women on that one.
Okay, I upgrade.
No, a lot of women.
If I haven't, but if I am upgrading, if I'm going to eat a pig, let it be the fattest pig.
I think.
Why am I going to have problems again?
I think, Emmanuel.
No.
If I'm to honestly speak about men, not all men, but majority of men. I personally have never looked at a woman and gone, she's not in my financial or tax index.
True.
And I don't mind dropping them to Timbuktu if you're driving.
Until the same one who's complaining some chick.
No. A chick I like, not a random chick who says, give me a lift, lives in Thika Road. Then we start going, just go. No, just pass Ruaka and go. Just go. I know we are in Hispania, go. Just go, Kabisa. We are entering Ethiopia, but go. Just go. We will fuel in Karisa, go. That is strange. You cannot do that. All I'm talking about is if I have a love interest in a woman, the first initial thing will not be like, what's her tax index? Where does she work?
Yes.
Men are not like that.
True.
Chicks are like that.
And then it's a matter of self, if you don't have self-confidence, then you'll start thinking about such things. But if you're a man who knows your salt and you would listen to Spice FM, I don't think you'll have such problems.
But let me tell you something. You're the same person who once told me, Barbara, you need to know what you want.
Yeah.
That is what exactly women want. I have decided I'm an X, I'm an Y, Z, and those are my qualifications.
Absolutely.
Why should I be judged on that?
Nobody's judging you. I've
judging.
just said,
Uh-huh.
all I'm saying is that preferentially, some women would prefer that a man is, financially endowed. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a heart for broke, busted, and disgusted men who are yawning with unrugged and shaven beards and who are smelling of deep sweat, by all means, knock yourself
Go
out.
ahead.
If you love women who cannot, for the love of God, buy airtime. hello. Then you call back and they're like, do you have 50 bob? Then date them.
I tell you what, Eric, talking about dating women. At the top of the hour, we're going to be talking about work and relationships at work. Relationships at the workplace, whereby you're at work like Barbara and you start staring at Eric deep in the eye. And Emmanuel then know you guys.
For the record, me and Eric can be staring each other deep in the eye.
Feeling Barbara hates me.
We're gonna share that. Maybe it's an open space you guys can share. We're gonna be sharing more of that at the top of the workplace relations. But Eric, you're saying something about there's something you're saying when I started talking about.
But first of all, Barbara, stop hating me. I'm a nice girl. She hates me deeply. I think she goes home and sits her house up.
No, I just think you're weird, but I still
There's
love you
something
with the love of God.
There's something about this guy that I hate, but it's okay. Anyway, so what I was saying is this, Barbara, that out of being a man and hanging out with a bunch of my male friends, seldom do they ever say, this chickie works with CBA. Huh? She's in the top honcho, unless he's a leech. Men don't operate like that. Men are very physical. So they look at you and like, she's alright, they look at your whatever they are looking at. But women are more into security and safety.
Yes.
Right. And
Physical
there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, nothing makes a man so attractive if he has
if your
nice
financial
neat
security
cushion.
is
when I met my wife, one of her friends, her male friends, who I used to be suspicious about, but that's another story. So one of her male friends,
you need to go home. You need to sleep on the
dating.
bed today. I hope you know that. Talk nicely.
One of her male friends was dating a lady like your age. So that lady was working in a bank. Remember, I met her when she was in college.
Yes.
That lady was working in a bank.
So your wife had an older friend?
Not her friend, her male friend. Okay, let's say his name is Tim. So Tim was dating a lady way older than her, like way off better financially. He was in college. So this lady was actually in love and dating this young boy who was in college, and she was like, that financial thing wasn't anywhere near this guy's mind, because obviously they were far apart.
That was a Ben 10 approach.
No, it's a Ben 10, but that just goes to show women are the ones who are more likely to.
They have
to
a long
date
list
anyone.
of requirements about who to date.
A woman would date anyone who's kind. Okay, I'm not saying I'm not throwing a
Every
blanket.
woman is different.
But if a woman meets a guy who's genuinely in love with her, I think, and she feels like she can accommodate him, I think a woman has the capacity to date that person, whether they have finances. Or
yes,
not.
maybe date, not marry.
No, but I think
I've seen many stories around.
Yeah, I don't. It's
Men,
debatable. It is
ladies
acceptable, but not for me. That's not my cup of tea.
I think I'm more leaning. If you ask me, Barbara, if I was looking for a woman to marry, I'm more leaning to the very intangible things, e.g., kindness, honesty.
That's good.
Joy. I don't think I've ever sat with a pen and said she has to have X amount of money or come from Y or whatever. Yeah, I don't think men think like that. But granted,
but you'll be the same men who will say she's not working. What is she bringing on the table? Isn't that what people talk about?
Not me.
I'm saying, is that what men will say?
Real men take great delight in providing for women.
Oh.
Real men. Yeah, for real. A man who starts saying, where are you working? Where is your table? What's wrong with you?
But those men are not there anymore. Like, I miss the olden days where a man would take care of you. I had, for example, let me give myself an example. I have had opportunity of
being taken care of.
Yes, I was married to someone who really took care of me. I won't lie. And I have also dated.
No, molos,
yes,
molos
but that can be your goal.
No, I won't lie. There are men, I have had boyfriends, a boyfriend and a husband who initially would take care. They would gift you, they'll make sure you go on trips and all that before everything went. Of course, yes. You think I'm going to be just
Trips
sitting in the
part
house?
of your list.
Honey, we need to go.
Emmanuel doesn't like paying for it.
Okay, Emmanuel, why are you so stingy to your wife? Why are you so
Barbara
stingy?
is a very radical lady.
Why are you
Number one,
stingy?
she'll bear you immediately. 30 seconds
Even
in the
right
street,
now,
she doesn't
without
sleep.
the man being in the picture, I still go on trips, and you know that. I take my daughter on trips.
Right.
So really, it's not something
So
that I
trips
cannot
is-
afford to do.
All right.
It's something, let me use the exact words that Eric says. You need to demand from people what you're able to do.
Absolutely.
So I'm demanding from people what I'm able to do.
Maybe not so much as demand, as if they can't provide it, you leave them alone, right?
Okay, at this point in my life, I'll be very honest. I want a financially fit man.
We-
Please don't bring your beards, Eric,
With
to
those-
my house.
With those kind words from Barbara, I think we're going to go on a break. Listen, you're hanging out with the adults in the room, the home of authentic and honest conversation. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani. After the break, we're going to come back with a hot topic where we're going to be discussing work and relationships. Please don't touch that dial. 94.4 Spice FM.
Are you ready?
Spice in the room. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're in Nairobi, we're on 94.4 Spice FM all the way to Kitengela and Rongai.
And if you're in Mwatate, Kisauni, Chuda, Nyali, Mikindani, that is the entire Mombasa and its environs, we are on 87.9. If you're listening online or if you desire to, as you should, it's blazing in here. And you're in Bryanston, Santon area, our town I love, and Randsburg area or Albany or Boston in Massachusetts, simply go to www.spicefm.co.ke. My name is Eric Omondi.
And if you're listening from Nyeri, that is 97.9. And if you're in Nakuru, that is 96.0. And if you're in the western region, that is Hayega, Butere, Ikolomani, Kisumu Dala, that is 102.5. And please chime in on the conversation. Let us know what you think about this conversation. Our social media handles are Spice FM KE at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yeah, and if you want to call us, we're on 0719012600. That is 0719012600. Please call us and tell us what you think. We're going to be taking many of your calls at the top of the hour. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani, and you're hanging out with the adults in the room. Now, Eric, before we went to the break, I told you guys that we're going to have a hot topic about workplace relations. And it reminded me of a story where I used to work back in the day. I used to work in a media-like place. All right, I'm not going to mention the name since I don't have money to pay, just in case I get sued. So when I was working there, there was this, because it was a media house, there was this producer who suddenly brought in this. No, that lady came in as an intern. So she came in as an intern, and then people used to see them walking around together, which was a bit strange. So we all adults were like, hey, there has to be something among these guys. And then the weird thing was that chick
intern
went
was a lady
up
or
the ranks so fast.
Oh, shame.
Like in a matter of like 6 months, she was, because
Maybe she was hardworking.
I used to perform there, right? So she went up to the level. Barbara is already defending. So she went up to a place where she was already like one of the top producers. She was even commanding me and telling me, "Wes, you go on stage right now." I'm like, I go on stage right now. Who are you, first of all? Where did you come from? Like, I don't even know your history. So it got me thinking. And then the sad ending to that story was this lady started dating another guy in that same company.
organization.
Oh,
Right?
shame.
So what happened was both of those guys were fired. Her and this other guy who she was
The
now.
first one or the
new guy.
second one?
The second. So you see, she was dating the boss.
Oh.
So now the new guy, the new guy who she happened to be dating was fired along with her.
Oh, wow.
That was
All right.
fun.
That's good.
So it got me thinking about these workplace relations, and I think it's very dangerous to like to date in the workplace, especially if you're dating vertically, like you're dating up.
Yes.
You're dating your boss, you're dating your boss lady. You don't think it's a bit tricky?
I can't agree more. It does work because I know Belinda and Bill Gates met at their workplace.
Yes, I was about to give that
It
example.
does work. I think I would say avoid dating someone higher or in a lower rank.
Really?
It can affect your salary. It really can affect your salary.
I don't
I'll tell you
refuse
why.
that,
I'll
but
tell
it's
you why.
debatable.
Let me finish, Barbara. It can affect your salary because if, say, I'm dating you and I'm your supervisor, and then we meet after work and you break up with me, and they say you've gotten a new love interest or whatever reasons, I can decide to be malicious and send you to Turkana to work in a very sort of semi-arid area. Nothing wrong with Turkana, but just to punish you.
Yes.
So I don't think, I hold the view that I would not go that route. I wouldn't.
For me, it's debatable.
Uh-huh.
I believe you can find love at the office. Some things are inevitable, and let's just stop lying and pretending. You know the problem we have with today's society? We all want to pretend we don't know that these things happen. And you're all going to become all glorious and all judgmental and say, oh, it is bad. Oh, it should not happen. Oh, company policy. I know our HR is listening, but anyway.
But I agree with you in part, Barbara, especially...
You can meet your future husband here.
I agree with you in part, especially in this 21st century where we spend so much time at work.
Exactly.
So most of the time when you leave work, you're so tired. You just want to go home and sleep. All right.
I
You
think
don't have time.
We spend so much
to
time-
go
some
for
people
comedy
spend so
or
much
to
time
go for
together.
a play. All right. So the only social place that you have is at your workplace.
Yeah, because there's a lot of commonality, proximity, convenience. I happen to see Eric every day. So before people know it, they spend 10 to 8 to 12 hours of their day, Monday to Friday, others Monday to Saturday. And this person ends up looking attractive. Well, initially he was not even attractive.
I think I would say if you choose that route amongst you two, supposing you decide...
Why are you trying to be almighty and clean on this?
No, I would not do it. You know, I would plan...
I'm not saying it's a matter of all doing it.
No, let me just say, I would plan for the worst if I decided to date in the office.
That is okay. That is right.
Do you know why?
And I agree with you.
At the beginning of the relationship, I could put this lady down in HR or marketing and say, look, supposing we break up, how have you envisioned the nastiness of the relationship can affect our work? Because you might end up being put in front of HR to explain your squabbles. And then you're just like, there's something that really upsets me about Barbara. She likes giggling at my co-host. And now it can start it can now start affecting now it can start affecting the quality of your work because of your romance. And another tip, if you choose again you two to go that way.
I'm not
This romantic no, I'm just advising you.
Me and Mike. After you're proposing as my second one.
Let me tell you, if you choose to date in the office, you want to avoid these, breathing in each other's necks in the lift.
Yes.
Baby. Those intense feelings.
Oh, so
Eric,
or even calling
your
people with their
PDA to
pet
the
names.
office.
Check it. Papai, papai, papaya, papai. Across the
Do
market.
people do that?
Yeah.
In public?
You can be overwhelmed by love. So like, popo, po. You don't want to do those things. So
I agree with
I
you.
think you have to be it's too strenuous
I
for
tell
me.
you what.
There are too many rules as to why not to do it for me to do it.
I do
think that,
agree
Eric,
there are
I
too
think-
many rules, but however, as I'm saying, it's you can find there are people who actually have found their spouses in the workplace.
But I don't think they found them. I think maybe they found them.
No, they found
it was
each
an
other
accident.
then.
Most of the time it happens accidentally. All right, like Eric, right
It's
now,
stupid.
right now we're in a work environment where I remember even today our CEO was here and he was saying he's relaxed. You
Yeah.
can walk into his office. You can just walk in and chat with him. Like
It's an open door policy.
Yeah, it's an open door policy. So many people turn this open door policy makes people very familiar with each other.
Yes.
To the point where now they're like, yes, you drop me home after work. So
a-
after a while now,
yes,
he's
you get
dropping
very
daily,
familiar with things.
and then
There's-
now
These things
start
happen.
to
I don't know why people want to pretend on this table that they don't
there's-
happen.
Where I used to work in Johannesburg a couple of years back, there's a couple. One was Zambian and the lady was Xhosa woman.
South African.
And they used to have very deep, intimate arguments at the parking lot. It would start like this. So
Are they workmates?
Yeah, we worked with them, both of them. At the
And they were
parking lot.
dating.
And then the guy said, so then after 5 minutes, second
Oh, it goes into a full-blown argument.
full moon argument. Then they're being separated. You see now? You don't want to.
No,
so imagine somebody telling you, look, the reason you shouldn't date is that you're going to have very loud arguments at the parking lot.
No, you can.
I don't want
let
to.
me just take you back a bit. You said if you ever have to decide this, plan for the worst. I think that's the best thing about it. You both know the reasons why you're doing this. In the event, me and Eric or Emmanuel, things get sour. How are we going to manage this?
My wife-
Be open about it.
My-
I think, and also look at your HR policies.
My wife told me an interesting story about where she works, or rather where she used to work. She said at the office they noticed there's something called a work husband and a work wife. All right. So yes, you're married in your home.
Yes.
But now you have another relation, a
Yeah,
full
wife
blown
in the
relationship.
office.
So you're
in
my
the
work
office.
husband.
So you come to work in the morning, you leave your husband, then maybe you on your way to work, you buy this work husband some breakfast. And then you
Okay.
relate, you have lunch.
No, we have
together.
not reached there.
And then now in the evening you have work dinner, and then now you go
Like
back.
Barbara looks like she'd really do with her house husband. She likes sending people. She likes sending people. Take my bag downstairs. Carry my shoes.
Me?
You need a work husband, you.
But guy, when I say we carry my shoes, carry my bag, I'm just preoccupied. I'm doing something.
Barbara,
Imagine sending a fully married man to carry your bag, Chiki.
But
You
they
take my
carry.
bag and shoes downstairs. You need a. But Emmanuel, my point is this. I think dating in the office can be treacherous to navigate.
Eric,
Hold that
you'll
thought.
You'll tell us more about that story. This is 94.4 Spice FM. You hang out with the adults in the room. This is the hot topic. Please don't touch that dial. Yeah, I think we're back now properly. 94.4 Spice FM. My name is Emmanuel Kisiani. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm hanging out here with my buddies.
Thank you so much for choosing 94.4 Spice FM. My name is Eric Omondi. If you're listening to us from Mukroini, Nyeri area, and all its environs, we are on 97.9.
I'm Barbara Mbaka, also known as the Duchess of Money. Our SMS code is 40127 and our telephone number is 017101 Keep the conversation dialing.
Yeah, and at the top of the hour, we're going to take many of your calls, and we're going to take many of your tweets. My personal Twitter handle is Manu Kisiangani. Manu Kisiangani without the Manu Kisiangani.
Really?
Eric, what's your personal handle for the guys who want to chime in?
It's my Twitter handle is at ERIQDUNCAN.
My Instagram and Facebook are Darling Barbie.
Yeah, darling Barbie.
Yes, I'm a darling.
The
I'm a
Duchess.
Barbie.
Duchess
And
of-
the just trick. The Duchess of
Duchess has a
Money.
very interesting phone call voice. Check, you can find us on 071.
Honey, please.
I'm like, who is she talking to? But anyway, it's a long. You've not dated
These
for
two
long.
gentlemen have bile. Bile!
You've said you've not dated for long.
It's
huh?
been 19
Been a
months.
dry. Anyway,
I'm celibate. Guys, I'm celibate. Dry spell, name it.
so guys, just before we went to the break, Barbara was advocating for dating at the workplace, and we
You
all
could
know
get
why.
someone.
No, I was actually talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
no,
fine.
I'm just giving like a summary of what
Yeah.
was happening, and then after that, Barbara was advocating for dating at the workplace. Eric was talking. Eric, tell us.
And I'll say why I'm advocating for it. Eric's just being nasty.
I said dating in the office can be treacherous and to navigate, unless you have to be very, very certain, in my opinion.
I tell you what.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You want to be very, very certain, in my opinion. You know why? Sometimes you're bonding over a project for too long. And then you think, because Lamwell has dropped you to Rongai 4 or 5 times.
He was Lamwell.
The guy.
Some random guy.
Some random guy in your office. So you think now you are bonding and you're tight. And then you can decide to foster a relationship based on that. I think the done thing would be, for me, to be very certain. And you'd ask questions like this.
I
For
do
instance,
agree.
Let me finish, Barbara. Have I considered the consequences should this relationship end?
This man.
Yes. No, you have to ask yourself this question.
I agree. But why can't you? What if Cupid strikes?
Have you written that down?
Yes, yes.
So funny.
He actually wrote it down
So
to
do
read
you
it
ask-
to
I
me.
wanted you to remember. Have I considered, as Lamwell, who is dropping Wanja, have I considered the consequences
Yes.
of this?
I think what you're,
Never- yeah.
you're
I
talking
agree.
about wisdom, right?
Yes.
Like I remember
I
there's a
know.
story about this guy who would drop his wife at work because it was near where they live, and then he'd go and pick some other lady, and then they drive together to work. So I was not really shocked when they told me that now these two guys are now dating and he didn't want nothing to do with the wife.
Let me give an example.
Let me tell you what, Barbara.
No, 1 minute.
Time is a very important thing.
I agree, but let me just tell you, Cupid can strike.
This Cupid.
No, Cupid can strike.
Is
And I'm
Cupid
going to give an
African?
example. Allow me to give an example.
Is
One of
Cupid Ikolomani?
Go away.
Is there a word for Cupid in Kiluya? Check Cupid, eh? Cupid came and
Handi
told
mle
us.
hambayo, mbule soni. Anyway,
Yes.
Cupid can strike. And I'm going to give an example. I have one of my siblings who is married or got married to a co-worker. And they have 2 beautiful, amazing princesses. And yes, they got married together. They were colleagues. And they decided to get married. And they were very clear. From
Princesses.
The one, okay, they are
That is so
princesses.
funny.
It's babies. Okay, let me say 2 beautiful babies.
Barbara, the
Yes.
other question you need
That's
to
what I'm saying. No, just hold on. Don't just be so rigid about it. Yes, I do
Me, I
understand. You
can't
have
date
to.
in the office.
It is okay. We
I
know.
will not be flexible.
No one is willing to date you anyway. Just know that you're too rigid and militant. But maybe God will send you someone. It can happen.
He will,
I'm not
eventually.
saying it should be done, because sometimes it is true. It can have nasty implications. But however, the
More
same.
often than not.
I tell you
Really?
what, Barbara. Before you told your story, I was telling you about spending. This thing of spending time is very dangerous, and you guys have to be very careful because you're both single, and we spend a lot of time here.
Don't
That
worry.
spending
Don't worry.
time-
Me and Eric
that-
are very
That
focused in our
spending
work.
time is one of
Born
the
again.
keys.
Yes, it's true.
Is one of the keys. Ash is not. So it's one of the keys of starting to
Honestly,
date.
Manuel, I heard
Alright.
you. You know
I tell
that.
you what. Let me give you guys a scenario.
Yes.
These house helps were in the house.
Yes.
See, they're in the workplace.
Yes.
So they are spending the whole day with your very idle husband, who may be
Yes.
in the house the whole day. Maybe he's not working at that time.
Or he's on leave.
So they are together the whole day. So they end up having some sort of relationship.
Work
in the house.
office relationships.
Yes, you're right. So you because of spending time. I think what Eric was trying to say earlier is you have to be wise. Like, think of the consequences of the time that you're spending together.
Wisdom is a principal thing. There's a friend's neighbor who would go back, Barbara, in the heart of day. In the heart of day.
Why am I laughing?
He'd excuse himself from whatever activity and he'd confirm with the wife if the wife is like, you are deep in the office now, you're busy. Then he'd go back
To
and
check on the
really
help.
actively act with the help. Many actions.
So that's our work office relationship.
Yes. So you need wisdom. You need wisdom.
I
Wisdom
agree,
is
you
a
need
friend.
wisdom.
So the other question I told you is very important. And I wrote this down when I was thinking last night. I need to read it for you because you look like someone who can decide today.
Yeah, there she's advocating.
You're very erratic. You can be like, no, I find
No, I'm just
I've
being
seen
honest.
Cupid in the boardroom. I've seen Cupid. Before you see Cupid in the boardroom,
Why keep it?
am I
anywhere?
prepared to disclose details of my relationship to my bosses?
Yes, you
You
should.
know?
You should. If you decide to go that route.
And then it might even
Can
affect
you
your
even be
workflow.
discreet?
Huh?
But you have to be discreet if you're going to do this office thing.
Now you see it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of
It's
work.
a lot of work.
Also
Don't-
check on your
Barbara,
HR.
Let me advise you, don't date in the office.
Who told you I want to date in the office?
No, I'm just
I am
advising you.
speaking to.
I've seen your eyes glitter.
That is funny.
I've seen your eyes glitter.
I'm
Don't.
speaking for those
But
men
there
and
are
women.
few advantages.
Let me
though.
tell you something. I'm speaking for those men and women in this place and in our organization who are involved or want to. Because you people, I just want to become high and mighty.
But maybe-
you don't want. It happens.
But
You
uh,
see,
It's
Barbara,
inevitable.
when I'm
Barbara,
dating Kisiangani, when I'm dating you and we fight, in a typical relationship, at least the last time I dated, oftentimes people need time to cool off.
True.
Right? So imagine we are dating, maybe living together or even married. We are dating actively or married, like Emmanuel now and his wife Cynthia. They are both working here. Then they have a tiff. All of us have tiffs in relationships,
That's
even
true.
family squabbles.
Yes.
Dating in the office is dangerous for me in that you don't even have time to cool off. You see, when I am dating you and you go to your house and I go to mine and we're not in the office, we can work out something after a few days. But if I meet you here every morning,
yeah, that is a bit.
it is going to choke us.
And then we'll
just
get, and
hold-
then
no,
also
no, no,
Eric,
just hold-
and then
just hold
Eric,
that thought.
also before I forget Barbara, before I hold that thought, will the relationship be qualitative? All right, because I tell you what, may I enjoy leaving home and I leave my wife at home. If she's working, she goes to work. Then we meet in the evening and discuss
Different
what has-
aspects of your life.
Yes, I tell her, hey, Barbara was
We are all not
like
the
this,
same.
Eric
Like
was
now, if you are
this.
dating, you'd have told me about Mr. Japan's launch of Spice and Vibes Radio, wouldn't you? You'd be like, oh, and I was here. So what is the exciting factor? So, like, babe, you won't believe it. I know the CEO spoke to us. You won't also believe it. Yeah, I saw.
Because also even...
You won't believe it, Emmanuel.
Gentlemen, you're being very nasty about this. You're being very nasty about this. And you're just taking it off. Hear me out. I do agree that it is dangerous, it can be scandalous, and it's untidy. However, Cupid also falls in ecolomani and can fall anywhere. You can meet your husband. You do not know where God has intended for you to get your wife.
I tell you what,
No. Just hear me out. He said being discreet and prepare for the worst. The same way you said be very careful or keen. Or what is that sentence you read with a lot of jargon of English? Sit down with this partner if you have decided this is the path you want to take.
That is not dangerous.
But is it? You see, ladies, let me
Maybe
tell you.
maybe from the bottom of my heart, this is the one. You don't know.
Let me tell you, ladies.
Guys, you don't know.
Let me tell you, Cupid. Ladies are very, ladies are very emotional. Okay, so like now you're talking in a very normal, same tone. But sometimes when you're in the workspace and you have kosana with this guy of yours who you're dating in the office, you're not gonna relate the way you're talking now.
No, you need to learn to have self-control.
First of all, you'll have furad from here to Timbuktu.
No, Emmanuel, women can.
There was a time. Let me tell you a personal story. There was a time I was working on a show I do with a friend of mine called Eric. It's called Bare Knuckles. So we are doing our Bare Knuckles. We are talking. At that time, I had a tiff with my wife. All right, who knew that this was a very important project to me? Right, she knew, and she's someone I live with. All right, she knew it was a very
they
important
live together
project
with his
to me.
wife.
All right,
Yes.
But she went on and went to the comment section on that Bare Knuckles and started abusing me up in the comments of Bare Knuckles. Stop talking about me. You go away. What? So I had to delete that comment and mute her. You know, okay, I don't know if she knew that she had muted.
Now you're in trouble.
But I had to meet her. And I tell you, my
I
point
understand.
is, that is someone I live with in the house who really loves me.
Yes.
But now you're bringing this love to the office. It's going to affect, when you concern at home, it's going to affect your work in
Not
the office.
every woman is like that. I just want to put that across.
No, they're
We
not
have
like
self-control.
that.
No, we have no. There are women who have
No,
self-control.
it's not them.
Guys, there are women who have self-control.
Alafu Barbara.
I'm sorry, maybe you're
Barbara.
not meeting or
Barbara.
seeing or
Barbara.
dating the correct
Barbara.
women in your life.
Barbara, have you
Yes.
heard the English saying familiarity causes contempt?
I know that.
And distance causes fondness. Seeing you daily with your eyelashes can really tire me. Yeah, in the office and at home, I wake up, I see you, you're yawning. I go to work, I'm seeing you. I'll choke. Hey! I can't hack. Maybe you can see somebody's bros in the office and be like, oh, baby. All
When
the time.
people
In
are
the
in love.
beginning, it looks good. This love thing.
I'm not
Love is a
refusing.
feeling that fades. Stop this love thing. Cupid will put you in a lot of problems.
I do know, but you can have self-control. You mean you're that
Barbara,
emotive?
don't date in the office, Barbara.
Yeah, I think
Eric, maybe God has someone for here. You in this office. No, but it's not me. Let's
And
just
then
be
they'll
clear.
monitor you, Eric. They'll monitor you all the
You
time.
people
like
just-
like you see, our office is an
The
office.
way you like
Yes, yes.
romanticizing
She
things,
will
I'm
sit-
so shocked you're not even
She
seeing
will-
what my
She
angle
She will
is.
sit across.
I am not
so that she
refusing.
can monitor you through the window.
If you're watching through www.spicefm.co.ke, as you should, you just want to look at our office. It's a glass open office. So somebody sitting across on the sales floor can see me motioning to that direction. So instead of somebody turning, instead of typing an email on their computer, observing my motions, all right, I'd rather put somebody so far. Matter of fact, Siangani, I'll take it further. I'm very happy dating somebody who's not in the same sector as I. I would not date somebody in the media.
Okay, yeah.
That's how
No,
much farther I would take it.
I do
wouldn't.
get it.
Yeah.
For
All
the
I'm just
purpose
saying-
of the health of your
Yes,
relationship.
for the health of the relationship.
That is you. We are different.
Don't
and I
date
need
people in the office.
really. If Cupid calls me, I'm dating. Anyway, it's debatable. All I'm saying is you need to be open to it. Not for you, but there are people out here.
But
Barbara,
Barbara
you've
also.
not
Let's be
Emmanuel.
honest and
No,
stop being all judgy.
Hold that thought, guys. Barbara, I'm not yet convinced. This is Spice FM 94.4. We will be back after a very, very short break. Kisiangani, you're on 94.4 Spice FM. This is the day that we were launched officially, prayed for and paid for. And we thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hanging out here with my buddies.
You're listening to the man of great nobility and not common news. My name is Eric Amondi. Look, if you're in Nyeri, not Nakuru. I love Nakuru so much, though.
Do you have a girlfriend there?
No. Nakuru is blessed with a lot of crusades. You shouldn't be saying bad things about Nakuru.
Please.
Anyway, if you're in Nyeri, we are 97.9. And if you're in Randsburg and all of the environs of Bryanston, all the way down in Santon, you know, you can catch us live and direct on www.spicefm.co.ke. My name is Eric Omondi.
I'm Barbara Mbaka, also known as the Duchess of Ikolomani. Thank you so much for calling. Continue. Our SMS code is 40127. Our telephone number is 0719012600. We shall be taking your calls in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, and if I repeat what Barbara said in her very sultry voice, we're going to be taking your calls in the next 20 minutes. Thank you so much for calling. I see the lines are jammed. This place is just yellow. It's just beeping. People are calling, and we thank you so much. Before we went on the break, we were discussing on workplace relations, and Barbara was really agreeing. I think she's spotted someone here at Spice FM Studios, so she's sending a subtle message through the airwaves that
That person should be comfortable to be dated.
Yeah, comfortable to be dated, even if they are colleagues. Eric,
I was saying, Barbara, before you tell us you're 9 points strong as to why we should date.
They're on 17.
I think very strongly that if the relationship does get serious, one member, if you're dating in the office, ought to resign or leave the company.
Are you nuts?
well, that's a bit extreme.
No. You have to leave or go to. No. I've seen it happen. I mean, we see all these organizations where, say, the head teacher, a principal, is a Mr. X, and maybe they met when they were teaching practice, and then now they've gone up the ranks. Now, because of leadership squabbles, and you don't want to be seen as practicing nepotism or favorism, you allow that your other partner goes to another, whatever. My uncle, he's a principal of a school here in Nairobi, and my aunt is also a teacher. But in his wisdom, he does not want to employ or have my auntie work in the same organization. It's more peaceful, more agreeable. Everybody has their own business, so that no co-worker would come and say, oh, you know, he's promoted his wife. The other danger, Kisiangani, that I think Barbara is overlooking, if there are squabbles, supposing you and I are dating, and there are squabbles within the company, all right, it's very difficult for me to defend you and also take the company side, especially if they are across from each other. If the company has found you at fault for matter X, and you are my girlfriend, and I have the Cupid thing you're talking about.
But you have the Cupid thing.
Yeah, I have the Cupid thing you're talking about. It is very difficult for me to take sides, and you're putting me in a very difficult, precarious position. So what am I going to do? Should I defend my love life or defend my company?
Barbara said she has serious points during the break that are going to defend her position.
I cannot wait to listen.
Yeah,
They're not
Barbara.
serious, but for
They're
the
not
record,
serious.
They are unserious points. So tell us,
You're
Barbara.
all mad. You're confusing my head.
Yes.
Anyway, I do agree with what you're saying. However, I think it's debatable. And yes, I still stick to the word that Cupid. You could meet your life partner in an office setup, in a project, wherever it is. And the reason is, I'm going to take you back what you said about 15 minutes ago, when you said you need to be very, very clear that this is the relationship you want. I totally agree with that.
Yes.
Before you step that or overstep that boundary, is this what you want? Do you know the consequences of this? You're all adults. I don't know why you people are trying to just castigate and being holy and mighty. And maybe in your own private ways you've had relationships.
I tell you what, Barbara. There's a story I read about the king of Thailand.
Yes.
The king of Thailand married his bodyguard.
Yeah,
All right.
No,
So
I
did you
saw
see
the
that
wedding.
story?
I was actually
Yes.
following.
Yeah. So
That
now
was-
she's now the queen of Thailand.
Ooh, see?
Yeah.
See?
So I think what Barbara is talking about and what I would understand is because of spending too much time together, you can end up marrying. But then again, this lady would no longer be his bodyguard. See,
That
now
is okay.
the position will change. Now she's the queen.
In fact, now they've given someone employment because now there's
So now does that support Eric's position for now? Like one of you resign, although I think that's a bit radical.
No, just hold on. Let me just continue what I'm saying. But I understand what you're saying and I agree. If you find you in a situation, check your HR policies. Like, have you actually checked our HR policies?
I have.
Yes, and?
What do you mean, and?
Exactly.
She wants you to narrate them here.
Okay,
Like
no.
policy
What
number
I'm
2.
saying is, if, for example, us or anyone else listening are in such a situation or want to get into such a situation, check your HR policy. Does it allow it?
But I don't think
Yeah,
HR
no,
policy should
no,
be
just
part
check,
of this conversation.
just check.
Because I don't think HR policy has anything to do with your feelings.
It does, because
might have
sometimes
a very strict
Eric is right
HR
to say
policy.
sometimes you can have a tiff. you can have a disagreement.
So you check the HR points.
No, just know how to deal with certain things. In the event you decide, and this relationship, because you've decided to be very, very careful and clear. If you've purposed that we are going to go ahead with this, you need to be very open.
But Eric,
I need to be very open. Just
let
you
me
need to be very open, because maybe I have found Eric is actually the person I am into and I want to settle with. So we need to look at how we're going to deal with it. Maybe as he's saying, yes, he gets bored seeing my lashes every other time. I need to be taken to the Nairobi office and
Eric,
live Mombasa Road.
are
Those
there
are the
any-
things. But don't just close or shut down people with us not actually being so judgmental about office romance.
But Eric, are there any detriments, say, to dating, say, your boss or
I've,
if it's a lady?
I've said there are many it's very treacherous to navigate in this sense. Supposing I'm a person, I'm very pedantic, I'm
Yes.
very proper in my way of doing things, and I'm very choicy about my choices.
You're
And,
very choicy about your
yes,
choices.
I am. I really am.
Okay, fine.
And supposing we are dating, and I feel that I'm more engrossed to the point of wanting to hold my girlfriend's hands. Here we have a HR policy where you're not supposed to be
No PDA in the office.
no PDA in the office. All
Yes.
right. Do you see how that is constraining for me to exercise?
Wait
my
for
feelings?
it after hours. What is wrong with that?
No, I don't want to wait.
That's
I
the
don't
problem.
wait.
Now it
Maybe
takes
I
me
want to
back.
hold your hand. You
That
see,
you need to have self-control
Let's
if you're
be
going to do
realistic.
this.
Let's be realistic, Barbara. I am dating you. We stay together. You're my girlfriend, for crying out loud.
If you're my
And
boyfriend
we
now,
meet-
we're not
we-
staying
we
together.
meet-
We are not living in
That's
sin.
another topic. And we meet downstairs at
After living in sin.
Yes, we are not living in
we,
sin.
we meet downstairs at the cafeteria. And for some reason now I'm too constrained. I cannot even hold your shoulder in
Yes.
a fond manner.
We're in the office. Why do you want to
That's
hold me
why
in a
I'm
fond
saying,
manner?
For me, I find it to be a very cumbersome exercise to take up on. I would rather just not date somebody in the office.
Because you're so
Maybe
lovey-dovey.
Emmanuel would have the discipline to want to
I can
just
understand.
We can't talk, we can't whisper,
And that's why I told you it's
not for me.
debatable.
And
It
then
is not
there's-
everyone's cup of tea.
And then I tell you what, Barbara, depending on your position in the organization, it's also a very thin line between.
Sorry, I actually was to answer your question next. So think about it. If say our Mr. Orlando, our CEO, are a lady, and then Eric, being a presenter on Spice, is dating our CEO. There's just some bad vibe that'll be going around us because you don't know if you say something around me, it can land you in trouble. Even your colleagues. For instance, if I'm dating, and you guys know I'm dating the CEO lady of Standard Group.
That's why you can't, because you're not discreet.
Let me finish. Supposing I was dating the CEO of Standard Group, who are a lady, and we are here supposed to work together. How free would you be to air your points?
First, we're not supposed even to be knowing you're dating the CEO.
No, it's very difficult.
No, but
to
how
air those
long are
things.
And that's why it's not your cup of tea, because both of you are loudmouths. You can't keep a secret.
So how long?
This
will it-
relationship needs to be a secret
Barbara, how
till when
long-
you're ready to tell HR and everyone.
No, but for how long? How long are you gonna keep?
Not 7 years.
Because if you're keeping it a secret, that's an illicit relationship.
That's an illicit relationship.
If it's a secret, it's illicit.
Till you grow, till you
And I tell
understand what you
and,
want.
Eric, you interrupted me. There was something I was thinking of. There's a very thin line between dating, like if you're in a position of power, all right?
Yes.
And then you've seen a lady who is your workmate, who's like she's on a lower grade than you.
Yes.
You know, she's on a lower staff level.
Lower
than you.
cadre.
Yes. And then you're dating downwards. You know, there's a very thin line between trying to court her and being accused for harassment.
There is
Like,
actually.
seriously?
Like it's a risk.
Absolutely.
I know
Even
it's a
shooting your shot,
And that's why when I
is
said
a risk.
earlier, apart from saying you might end up being sacked, this lady who's in a lower cadre than, say, a senior management person can change the story and just say, he was calling me in the office and raping me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very
Why
possible.
do we always have a problem when we hear about an
Or
office?
let me even change it. If a senior management lady were dating a man in the lower cadre, the man can change and flip the story on her.
I understand that,
Yeah,
but
so it doesn't
usually,
have to
let's
be-
just be honest. Usually, when these cases happen, the lady takes the heat more than the man.
That's again
That-
another topic.
No, it's not another topic.
It is.
It is
It is.
actually true.
Yes, yes.
The ladies always get the heat. Society ends up blaming them.
That
Whether
is-
it is the lower or even the lady gets the biggest heat or clash from everyone.
And then how do you even flip that story? Like Mumbi, our producer, is a lady. How do I'm a presenter here? I'm a host over here at Spice. How do you now start flipping the script from hi Mumbi, my producer, to hey Mumbi, I like you. What are you doing after work? Like it's so like you're gonna make the workplace so awkward.
Emmanuel, that
like
is
tomorrow
you.
when you come to work,
That is you.
Mumbi will be like, I don't even feel like going to work. There's a weird host over there called Manu who keeps asking me.
Manu, let's not be blind. These things happen in offices. I don't know why you people are trying to become all
that's
proper.
Why we're
It
asking
happens.
about their detriments. That's why
It
we're
happens.
asking, is it a good thing to get into?
You know,
Or
I've been
you have
waiting
be
to
wise?
hear your reasons for why it's good.
But
And
you've
I
been
can't
you've been
Okay,
interrupting.
tell me, why do
I
you think
can
it's
get
good?
a husband here. What's wrong with you?
Okay, tell me, why is it good?
First and foremost, it's healthy for any. Bees do it. Birds do it. Even colleagues. So let's just not block our minds.
Bees that work in which organization?
We are not mangoes. I hope you know that.
Is it safe to go on these parties and on drink ups with your boss? Especially if you're a lady.
I
your
think-
boss
I
comes
think-
and says,
No.
hey, let's go on a drink up.
I think you can blurt out something so insanely inappropriate. I wouldn't do it again. Barbara, you would. Don't look at me badly. You're looking at me badly like
Because I
Eric,
think
you're
the
being
barrier
wicked.
No,
of,
I actually agree with you. I
the
do not
barrier-
know why we're looking at me like
the
that.
barrier
I
of-
actually do agree.
The barrier of familiarity it's
Yes.
broken over there when now you're
Absolutely.
both
Then you
drunk.
can start tapping your boss's chest and saying, where is it? It's like, Orlando. And you can put in a lot of problems.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you on that. What I'm saying is sometimes proximity, convenience, seeing each other all the time can bring all this. So how do we stop that?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. I know
Yeah,
that.
it
I know that.
shouldn't, yeah.
I'm just saying, let's not lock out.
As in the reason we are here is-
Let me just put this
Yes,
straight.
yes.
No, I don't advocate for office romance. However, I know it happens. I don't block my eyes from
Barbara's
it,
done,
and I will defend anyone.
You don't
If-
advocate for office romance?
No, I'm saying I personally.
You've changed your mind.
No, listen. Don't confuse the issue. I don't subscribe to it, but I will be the advocator because on this particular table,
Because you love Cupid.
yes, I love Cupid. Despite that, you two are just being, what's the word? You're just being not naive, but you're just blocking your mind and being so judgmental.
But I think
Many people have these relationships. Many people have gotten spouses from this relationship. Do you deny that? Do you deny that?
There's a story.
Do you deny
No,
that?
I agree.
Thank you.
There's
We
a
are
story
not
I
the
read-
same.
Barbara, there's a story I read, but it's not a Kenyan thing. It happened in America. There's these guys who work in the gaming industry.
Yes.
And apparently the gaming industry is very tough. You spend so many hours. You know these guys who develop games.
Yes.
You know these PlayStation games.
It's very
So
huge in
yeah,
China.
Yeah. So they spend so much time at the office. You can stay at the office for 3 months, 4 months. So what happens is
They stay there.
They're given.
Barbara is shocked.
They're given. Yeah. They're given conjugal visits. Can you imagine?
Oh, shit.
At the workplace.
By
So
what random people or prostitutes?
No,
No,
your wife,
conjugal is your wife or
your
husband.
wife can come over and check you out at work, and then you guys can.
No,
get
they
out.
are married.
Yes, they are married,
Yo,
or
yo.
maybe you have a partner who hasn't seen you in like 3 months. So I think it's tough. It's tough.
I
in
think
the
you can
modern
have
world.
boundaries if you decide to go into this.
Barbara, you're gonna tell us more about those boundaries. We're gonna go on a break. This is 94.4
Spice
FM. You're hanging out with the adults in the room. We'll be back after this very, 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 very short break. We're back. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani. Welcome to Spice FM. You're hanging out with the adults in the room. This is 94.4 in Kitengela, 94.4 in Rongai, 94.4 on the highway to Nakuru. Just before you get Nakuru, the signal is not. It's just gonna stick on 94.4.
And
then
tons-
when you reach Nakuru, when you're near Nakuru, you can switch the signal.
And speaking about Nakuru, if you're in Shaba Estate and Section 58, or Kiamuni, Langa, Kiti, London, and Free Area, it's all covered under the frequency of 96.0. If you're farther down in Eldoret, it's 96.7. And if you're just right next door in Nyeri, we are on 97.9.
And if you're in Mombasa, the south coast or the north coast, we are on 87.9. And you're in Kisumu, Kakamega, we're on 102.5. Please call us. We're ready for you and we want to listen to what you have to say. That is 0719 012 600. Our SMS code is 40127.
Yes, and our producer is going to get us through to one of you within the hour. You hang out with the adults in the room, the home of some of the most authentic conversation on the planet Earth. And Barbara, you were telling us very heavily earlier in the hour that you agree. You're for workplace relationships.
Yes.
But at some point you ate a watermelon and you flipped and said
I did not
that
eat
now
out.
you do not
No.
advocate for workplace relationships.
I still believe in Cupid. You know that. I am not romanticizing anything. Anyway, if you decide to take this route, Emmanuel,
Yes.
or not you, you're married. Eric.
No, I will not
Yes,
take
as
it.
you said.
You tell yourself this story.
The listener.
If I decide as Barbara, the Duchess of Economani,
Yes.
to have an office relationship, I will take these necessary steps. First, I'll have boundaries. I'll not be all touchy, like Eric says.
Barbara, you're so discreet.
Yes, yes, I'll be discreet if we decide to do this.
Yes.
Me and you, just hear me out. And you then address the issue with the relationship. Sit down with this partner. Sit down with Eric. Agree and plan for the worst. Just as you said, if anything goes wrong, how are we going to handle it? Look at HR policy. I've been saying that and you're making fun about it, but I'm going to stick to that. Then save the romance for after work. What is it? You just
Barbara-
can't have self-control on
Barbara,
yourself.
I hear you, but you see,
You need several. Then maintain some decorum and professionalism in this job. I'm not saying that this can lead to marriage. Sometimes you're the one who's always telling me, Barbara, why do you always think every relationship needs to lead to marriage? Maybe people just want to date. They want to be happy.
the more reason you
spend
should not
happy.
bring games at your professional career.
These are not games.
Yeah, if you just want to date for fun, the more reason you should.
Aren't you the one who tells me to date for fun? And
Barbara,
I tell you no.
listen, they are potentially high drama when they turn sour. You see, what you're talking about is...
Why are you dating?
No, listen. What you're talking about is this. That fights are decent. Fights aren't decent. I've been in relationships and I see how crazy fights are. I remember some guy a lady once tried to push some guy on the highway. Yes. And another lady threw a chair from 2 floors all the way up on some guy's head.
Let me tell you.
So if you start telling somebody, let's be discreet, what we do, let's discuss potentially. Somebody can shout on this cell phone. I was once at a bank, Kisiangani, on a Friday morning. I'll never forget this. This lady got into the banking lobby, yelling.
She was one of the staffers.
One of the staff
Was the husband?
Yes,
or
was the husband, and they had a tiff at home
Yes.
about something elaborate. They were speaking in a different dialect I could understand.
Yes.
But it was big, sour drama.
Let me tell you.
I later learned, because I was in the queue for long, that she works in the company.
Oh.
Yes, so I would not.
Let me tell you, Eric, don't go very, very far. My wife and I decided to start a chicken business. Like most guys who have their own shambas, plots. Right?
You still owe me a chicken. You do know that.
Yeah. I'll surprise you with one.
Thank
so we decided to start a chicken business. So we had the chicks, and we did have a nice place to keep them. So we kept them in one of the rooms in the house.
Yes.
All right. And then, so we're supposed to keep them there for like 3 months or a month or so.
Yeah.
And then you
Incubation?
move them out. Yes. So in the middle of this project, which we proposed together that we're going to do, there's a day we had a very huge tiff with my wife in the house. In the night, all right.
Yes.
And you see this chicken, you have to wake up very early and start washing the jiko, so because it's a brooder.
Yes.
So you switch on the brooder and then you put it in to warm the chicks. So we had a fight. She left and went to Meru. All right, she left me over there with those chicks. So me, I'm there and it was rainy season.
Yes.
So I'm washing the brooder in the rain. I'm being rained on.
It was
Then-
about time you
then
knew how
from
much
there-
work she's been
from
putting
there I
in.
have to leave and go to
you see
work.
that.
All
Yeah,
right.
you see
So I'm asking her, listen, you've peppered to Meru for 3 days and left me with these chicks, and this is our business.
Yes.
Like this is not. This is
Yeah.
not.
No,
our,
Emmanuel, it's
this is
about
not-
time you
this is
learn
not
how those things
emotions.
work. Your wife
no,
was
that's
doing
what Eric
enough.
is trying to tell you. Emotions are not part of this business that we're doing of keeping chicken.
Why
Now
can't
me,
you
I'm
just be chilled out?
peppering,
Gentlemen, just chill out.
brooders
You
for
see
24
now,
hours alone.
Kisiangani, your guess is as good as mine about what happened or what might have ensued. I was not there at follow up, but your guess is as good as mine about what ensued between these two bankers. A random banker A shouting herself hoarse about a random banker B. They were possibly fired because there's no company policy that allows. Oftentimes you can come and wail if someone did something bad for you or rather to you in the house.
That's why I said keep it discreet.
No, yeah, but that discreet only goes as far as.
Thank you. And when you realize you've reached that level and you cannot overcome the boundaries or actually
Barbara,
overstepping,
let me tell you something. You can be discreet about your relationship and things go really sour. Again,
yes.
one of the things we do, the three of us, we've said sometimes verbally, other times through actions, that any challenge we might have, we address it on the spot. So we go.
Yes.
There's no way I can do this show with you if we are not talking to each other. Can
True.
we?
No, we can't.
We can't.
Yes.
So if we are dating, say you and I, then we fall out with your discreetness. Our bosses don't know. But then we have to come to work on Monday because I found some guy sucking your neck at the parking lot. And now our relationship has ended. How are we going to do this job?
Yeah,
You mean you can't be man enough that you were just left?
But I tell you,
No, but how
You
will
were-
we do this job?
I'll be fine. I'm not sure about you.
No, Barbara
That is not
being
realistic.
serious. Barbara
No,
will
I'm
check.
being serious. Okay, I get what you're saying.
That is
I
not
know
I tell you
that.
what, Barbara,
Yes, and I do. That's why I said it is debatable. It's not for everyone.
Eric, there's
It's
some
not for everyone.
Yes.
I think there's some advantages of dating someone in the same organization. Like if you're a chick, you know when the salary has checked in. You
So
know,
he can't
like-
pretend that
like
he
there's
doesn't have
no
money.
dodgy at like Eric, you look like you have those tricks.
No, Eric will just dodge you
Then you
away.
go buy a pizza. So I think there are some advantages of having.
That is a very flimsy advantage. though.
no, it's a good advantage.
That's a
Okay,
terrible-
it's very-
Knowing when the salary is checked
which is
in.
benefiting.
Which
that
is
person.
benefiting, but to be very honest, it's not our cup of tea, but it's someone's cup of tea.
The fundamentals far outweigh not dating in the relationship. Than dating.
I tell you another advantage. Another advantage would be if you're in a relationship at work, you know the pressure that the other guy is going through. So if you go to the house together after work, you know the pressure this guy is putting.
Both your points are
So you
very-
can go home. Just
Both-
get this guy dismissing my point.
No.
So listen, Barbara. The lady knows the pressure you're going through at your. They know how hot it is
Yes.
at your place of work, right? So when you go home, she knows that hey, this guy has had a very tough day and he talks for a living. Let me just keep quiet. In fact,
Hey,
Baba,
women
enda
don't-
ulale, father ame-
And to
Thank
the
you,
one who's
thank
just
you.
given a fantastic example of how you were abandoned with chicken. And chicks. Did your wife care at that juncture that, this guy wakes up, tomorrow it's a rainy season, he'll be rainbow, his back will be wet, so I should not go away. Did your wife do that? Yeah,
But
so
man,
those
I'm just throwing
those
out-
points of yours are flimsy.
I'm just
So you
throwing
want
out
us to
one
just
of-
not have any
one-
romance?
No,
at all?
I'm just saying you can, for the love of God, it's a free world. You can totally knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But as for me and my house, I would rather. It's too cumbersome. It's too taxing. It's too discreet. It's too ruly, for lack of a better word, for me to do it.
And you're so militant.
No, I'm not.
I'll tell
feel
you one
are.
more advantage, Eric. When you're dating at the workplace, you get to spend more time together.
Yeah.
Like at lunch,
And you're always spending so much time together.
You can have.
I think that's what has
lunch
even brought
together.
out this familiarity thing.
If you work in a
Proximity,
place with
convenience.
green grounds, like over here at Standard, you go.
We
sit
can
right
have a
around.
picnic.
As someone who gets really bored.
No, you're
very
just a
fast.
boring man also.
No, I'm not boring.
No, you're
the
boring.
only person who said that out of the first 30,000 people.
Those
I've met.
women like to you, my
Not
darling.
women, even men.
Okay.
So, Kisiangani, as somebody who gets really bored in relationships first, or people, I don't like, I love people again, but not.
No, you love people from a distance.
Yes. So the idea to spend a lot of time, I enjoy space. I enjoy space and some quiet and peace of mind. Even with my platonic friendships, even Emmanuel, if he called me too much, I will not pick.
First, you don't even like being called.
Yes. So
I know
if
you.
Emmanuel,
You enjoy soliloquy.
what is soliloquy?
What?
He enjoys soliloquy.
What is soliloquy?
Being solo. You do things
It's not
alone.
solitude.
No, it's also the same thing. You
All
can
right.
Google it.
We learn something new every day.
Yes.
Anyway, so if Emmanuel called me, and he knows, most of my friends know, like, you don't call me too much.
We know that.
I don't want to talk to you for long. Like, we can just talk.
I think it's good
little
you're
bit.
alone. You're happy to be alone, and I appreciate, and it's okay with that.
you,
and-
like,
but
you
the
look
other-
like you can tire someone with phone calls.
Of course. But okay.
Yeah, Barbara looks like she's one of
You
those
can call you
monitoring.
pump-
No, I like
Perpetually.
communicating.
I've just left the house. I was just calling to
I don't
inform
do
you
those
that
things.
I've joined the
I
traffic.
don't know.
The
Those are
traffic
Emmanuel's
is
girlfriends.
laden. It's a big traffic. Why are you not happy? Has something happened since I left the house 3 minutes ago? I can't hack that. That is-
No one can. It's a bit too much.
Let's
Emmanuel,
say,
I have
what
a
is
tweet.
happening? Has somebody called us?
There are some few people who are just flashing to check if the line is on.
Please don't flash SMSs. That is 40127 and call us on 0719012600. Our social media handles are Spice FM KE. That is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
If you're in Buruburu area or in Hardy, in Karen, or all the way down in Lavington Green,
Yes.
or Nyeri, or
Yes.
Sambo, we
Yeah.
are 94.4.
Yeah.
And if you're all the way down at Mombasa, Kisauni area, or Nyali, we are on 87.9. If you're in Nakuru, section 58, all the way in Shaba, Langa Langa, Kiamunyi, Kiti area, we are on 96.0. Emmanuel, do you have a phone call?
Let us know what you think.
No, he's there was someone who was calling who's just cut the phone, man, and I was just about to pick it. Please call on the number 0719012600. We're gonna pick up your phone call and we're gonna hear what your points are on the topics that we've been sharing today: workplace and relationships, and even the very things that we were saying on the top of the hour. What was on Eric's mind,
Also,
and what was on Barbara's mind.
absolutely. Absolutely. Also, worry not if you're online or in the office, wherever you are in the world. You can just, catch us live and direct on
Hello,
Triple
Spice FM.
All right.
Hello, we have a
Nice.
call on there.
Oh, that was
Hello.
random. Hi, how are you?
Hey, seriously, guys, I've called 74 times.
Pole Sana, what's your
Pole
name,
Sana.
sir? And where are you calling from? We have 1 minute before you
I'm
go to the
calling
top
from
of the hour.
Kisumu City, the biggest city in Africa.
Yes.
What's your name?
And Barbara,
Yes.
will you marry me?
What's your name, sir?
Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Barbara, umesikia hiyo swali?
Daniel, leave your credentials with my producer.
Barbara. Sorry, Daniel.
Yeah, you have my number, so just call me, yeah?
Daniel.
Yes?
You've only seen us seated. You should see us standing.
Daniel, what do you think about office romance? Hello, Daniel.
Daniel, we've lost Daniel right there. But thank you so much for your call, Daniel. Keep it 94.4 Spice FM. What's his frequency in Kisumu?
That is 102.5.
Yeah,
Bunga, baby.
keep it 102.1.
102.5.
102.5 in Kisumu. We're going to take a very short break. We're going to come back and we're going to take more of your calls. Please keep the calls coming in and please keep your tweets and your messages coming through so that we can respond and we can converse. Keep it 94.4 Spice FM. Into 94.4 Spice FM. And I'm seeing a lot of feedback coming through, but I'm here with my brothers.
All right, wherever you are in the world, worry not if you're not in the country. You can catch us live on www.spicefm.co.ke. But if you're in Kenya, the Great Republic, and in the areas of Kisumu, Masat, Kibos, Obunga, Nyalenda, you tune in on 102.5 FM. And if you're in Mombasa, the areas of Mwatate, Kisauni, Chuda, Nyali, Mikindani, we are on 87.9. My name is Eric Omondi. And just very quickly, I want to read some of the feedback here. A gentleman says, P.S. Kipto, all the way from Kapsabet. He says he can get us live and direct on 96.7 FM and he's locked. Thank you so much, Kipto. We have a Michael Mugambi who said, I'm listening and enjoying the show all the way from Nakuru at 96.0. Gentleman here asks, his name is, let me get him just now.
His name, Barbara.
If you're able to SMS, let us know what you feel. Let us know if you have had an office romance. Our SMS code is 40127. Our telephone number is 0719-01-600. Let me repeat that, 0719-01-600. Our lines are open now. Let us know what you think about the conversation.
Peter Wawira Wekesa is asking which frequency, please. It's 94.4, I believe.
Peter, where are you?
He's in Uderu. Gentleman here called Okalis Augustus. He says, I am in all the way from Nandi County. Karibuni Sana. This is 94.4 Spice FM. My name is Eric Omondi. Emmanuel, any phone calls coming in?
Yeah, there's a phone call.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello. Good evening.
Yeah, it's Daniel again. I'm sorry, there's a problem with my network.
Daniel, welcome back, Daniel. Have you had an office romance?
No, office romance can't work.
Okay.
Why is that, Daniel?
Yeah, because, in terms of competition-wise, not every guy is always honest. So when they realize that you are somehow checking on some lady, they'll find all means of ways to make you jealous.
Also, your colleagues, that's why you need to keep it discreet.
Barbara is really pushing
Now,
the discreet story, Daniel.
It can never be discreet, obvious.
Yeah, you can never be discreet.
You don't have self-control, Daniel?
No, I have self-control, but you see, when a friend is hitting on another chick, even if it is discreet, you definitely know. And ladies cannot hide their feelings. They're always all over.
Oh, please, we can. Who are you dating?
No, you can't. You always want to take charge. You want to show that, that's my guy, that's my man. So you'll always be around the guy. And so
that is so 2016, 2019. Women have self-control.
Daniel, you're already one of my favorite callers already. I agree with you so
Yes.
much and you're making so much sense. Please keep it here. And thank you so much. You're our first caller, Daniel. Makofi kwa Daniel.
Yeah, I'm your first caller.
Yes.
I'm your first caller, and I had an issue with Barbara.
Yes, Daniel.
Yeah, you see, when Barbara was speaking initially, I sympathized with her.
Why are you
But
sympathizing?
afterwards, I realized that she's definitely looking for a rich guy.
No, I'm not looking for a rich guy. I already have my
So,
own money.
so she's she's likely to fall for some con man somewhere, you know.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel. What do you guys think about what Daniel said, man?
Thank you for calling, Daniel.
And keep the conversation going and keep calling us. You know, it's always a pleasure hearing from you. It's totally delightful. I agree with Daniel in part. Barbara, if you're not careful, you'll find a con man.
Oh, please. Anyway, I have someone on Facebook called Tobias. Tobias says,
is it Tobias or Tobias? Hey,
how do we
Barbara,
say it?
I think it depends where you're from.
Kilami Nayo. Is it Tobias or Tobias? I do not know.
Either or.
Tobias says, unfortunately, or is it fortunately, I'm in an office romance. I do understand that it's debatable, but this is the love of my life. So don't castigate this.
How come that Tobias sounds like another person Barbara tweeted about yesterday? Are you reading your own tweet?
Tobias has been tweeting
Is
twice.
Tobias and you? Are you Tobias?
I don't have a pseudo Tobias. Why are you people hating?
Because I remember Tobias yesterday, and he also agreed with you.
Well, Tobias
And
went
then
live on us. Thank you, Tobias. These are haters. I think you should call for them to believe you're real.
At Odwol _Alex is tuned in from Kapenguria. He says, "I'm from Kapenguria, locked."
All right,
Yeah,
fantastic.
guys are
Karibu sana.
tuning in.
Thank you so much.
There's
Odwol.
another guy called Benson Mwendwa. He's tuning. He's saying it's his first time in this space. Tuned in. Thank you very much, guys. Keep it locked right here on Spice FM 94.4. Let me try and pick another call.
Hello.
Yeah, there's someone. I've just picked a phone call. Hello.
Hello, Spice Fan.
Hello.
Hello. This is Spice FM. Hello. How are you?
Hi, good evening, sir.
I'm good. How are you too?
I am
thank
fine. My name is Manu Kisingani. What's your name?
I'm called Enoch, eh?
Where are you calling from, Enoch?
I'm from Nakuru 96.0. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Karibu.
Mse
Nakuru.
warukuna.
I'm very happy to talk to you guys, eh?
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been on the line for so long, but don't worry, eh?
Don't worry, Enoch. There's so many people calling. What do you think about what we were talking about office relationships? Would you have have we lost Enoch? Oh my
Hello, Enoch.
goodness. We've actually lost Enoch from Nakuru.
Oh, shame.
Are you able to call him back?
I don't think so. Let's
I
try
think
someone else. Spice FM, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine,
Very
thank
well,
you.
Very well. How do you do?
I'm doing well.
Your name,
My
please?
name is Emmanuel Kisiangani. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, my name is Amandip.
Hi,
All right.
Andip.
I've been watching, and I think I agree with everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone is saying the same thing. You're disagreeing on the same thing, and you're agreeing on the same thing.
So what
I love the chemistry.
what do you think we're saying, Mr. Deep?
I don't know, man. It's I'm just blown away with the chemistry you three have. This is amazing.
Oh man, thank you so much. Where are you listening from?
Parklands.
All right.
Thank you, Andip.
Yeah.
Thank
Keep
you
it
very
Spice
much.
FM.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Mr. Deep. Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for calling. Now, Mr. Deep has said he agrees with me
He said
specifically.
his name is Aman Deep.
Aman.
Don't
No,
call
no.
him Deep.
Our
No, it
telephone
sounds
number.
like it sounds like two names.
Yeah.
Let me
sounds
just
like two
remind
names.
our viewers and our listeners. Our telephone number is 019-012-600. That is 0719-012-600.
Let's take one more call, Barbara. Hello, this is Spice FM. All right, we've lost that one. I think. Hello, this is Spice FM. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, lady! I love women. Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine. How
Yes,
are you?
Very well. You're speaking to Eric, the guy with the biggest voice here. What's your name and where you calling from?
Okay, I'm Kezia from Siaya.
All right, Siaya all the way. How
Thank
you
you
doing,
for tuning
Kezia?
in.
Okay. Barbara,
Yes, darling.
I love you so much, darling.
I love you. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. Keep it Spice. That is 102.5. What do you have to say about the
Oh,
conversation for today?
Okay, Barbara, you are right in everything, right?
Yes.
By the way, anyway, say hi to Eric and Daniel.
Eric and Emmanuel.
I'll do
Eric
that.
and Emmanuel.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yes.
Eric is the one with the deep voice.
The very big voice here. Very big
Emmanuel
guy
is the
also.
guy when you stream in.
You see there, she's excited. She's like, oh my God. It's true. It's true.
Thanks for calling, Kezia. Keep it locked to Spice FM.
Okay, thank you so much.
you for
It has
calling.
been long. I love Spice so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
We're
much.
glad
Monday
you
to
could
Friday,
listen.
we're here for you, girl.
Yeah, we're glad you could
Okay,
tune in.
for-
Thank you. Have a lovely night and thanks for calling.
All right, guys. Guys are
Okay.
calling in. The lines are actually really jammed. Thank you so much for calling. Please keep it here. Keep your feedback coming in. Call us. Tell us where you're listening from, and tell us what you think about the conversation. We'll be back after this very, very short break. Zimano Kisiangani, you guys are tuned in. It is 9:17, and we're having a lot of fun in the studio. I'm hanging out with my studio people.
It's so exciting. My name is Eric Omondi. Look, if you're online and you want to catch the fan, you go to www.spicefm.co.ke. But if you're in the areas of Nakuru, be it Shabe, Section 58 or Kiamunyi, or in the heart of Nairobi, Nakuru town, you can catch us live on, what is the frequency? I got it. It's 96.0. And if you're in Nairobi, in the areas of Lavington Green or Embakasi or Langata, all the way, Tiende or Southlands and all the environs of CBD, we are on 94.4.
And if you're in Kisumu Dala and Kakamega, Butere and Ikolomani, that is 102.5. And if you come from the home of the runners, that is Eldoret, 96.7. Join us, contribute to the conversations. Let us know what you think. Our social media handles are Spice FM KE and Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This is Barbara Mbaka, also known as the Duchess of Ikolomani.
And I'm Emmanuel Kisiangani. Once again, you're hanging out with the adults in the room. My personal media, social media handle is at Manu Kisiangani on Twitter or Emmanuel.Kisiangani on Instagram.
And mine is at ERIQDUNKCAN.
What is this?
Eric Duncan is mine on Twitter. And you can catch us on Twitter as well, on Spice FM KE. And on Facebook, Barbara?
Spice FM KE, and mine is Darling Bobby, because I'm a darling.
All right.
Yeah, the callers are more or less agreeing and disagreeing, like Mr. Aman.
Some are just totally excited to hear that Spice has gone
Which is a good
national,
thing.
Which is a
Awesome.
wonderful thing.
Which is awesome.
So keep the calls coming. Have you ever been in a relationship in the office? And how did it go? What are some of the pros and cons you learned? We want to hear all of your feedback. Call us live on, what is the phone call number again?
The number is 0719012600. Once again, 0719012600. I think I'm going to look for another caller. Barbara is already receiving some love.
Oh,
A lot of love.
Hi, Spice FM. Hello.
hello.
All right, I think we've lost that one. Let me try someone else. Hello, Spice FM. Hello.
Hello, Spice FM.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Kisingani. You're tuned into 94.4 Spice FM, the adults in the room. What's your name?
Yes, you're calling. This James calling from Kisumu.
Oh, Kisom Sete.
Yes, Kisumu Dala.
Kisumu Dala.
Yes, I'm very happy to talk to you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to do with that issue of office relationship
Uh-huh.
Yes.
is something that is very good, because when you're broke, your partner knows that you're broke.
Eric, you dismissed Emmanuel's point, and actually, Enoch says it's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's very true, because when you're in the same office, when you go to account, you go both of you. When you're doing when something is up there, you understand each other. So I think it's one of the best things so far.
I totally agree.
Bwana
with
Enoch,
you.
Bwana, that is not true, Bwana. That is a lie, Bwana. No,
trying
Bwana.
to convince
I
our
protest.
I agree with you, Enoch. Most people
I'm
have
here.
misconceptions about that.
Have
topic.
you been in such a relationship? You sound
Or
like you're
are
very
you
experienced.
in?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a relationship, and it works a lot.
Enoch, does your
Thank
wife
you,
know about that relationship?
Who told you he's married?
I'm not yet married.
No, I'm joking, Enoch. No, I agree with you, and thank you so much for calling all the way from Kisumu. Where in Kisumu are you, Enoch?
I'm in Kisumu, somewhere known as Mamboleo.
Mamboleo. Oh,
Thank you
so
for
much.
tuning in. Keep it spice.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Bob.
Mr. Enoch. As you guys can hear, people are really calling in. Let me take one more call, and then we're going to chime in into this conversation. Hello, Spice FM. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I think we've lost that one. Hello, Spice FM. Hello. Hello, Spice FM. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, how are you? All right, I think there are a lot of people who are running out of airtime or something.
Hi, good day. This is Spice FM. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, this is Aaron calling from Gara.
All right. Hi. How is Gara?
I am the one I've been waiting for so long.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Our
Thank you
producer
for your
comes
patience.
from Gara.
I am the fan of Standard Media Group, so I'm happy to hear that.
That is so awesome. We thank you so much for even spending your money to call
I
us.
agree with I agree with you, Barbara.
Thank you. Cupid is all over. There's love for everyone anywhere.
He's already gone, man. Most of the men are agreeing with Barbara.
They
Hello,
just love Barbara's
Spice FM. Hello. Hello, Spice FM. All right, there's someone there. Let's try one more
Most
person.
people have negative
Hello,
perception
Spice
of it,
FM,
but other
hello.
people are practicing it.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air. What's your name, sir?
Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
how are you?
okay.
My name is Anthony.
Hi,
Yes,
Anthony.
how are you?
I'm fine.
Anthony,
you so much.
you sound like you're very excited to be on the air right now on Spice FM. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Eldoret.
Eldoret.
Awesome.
Eldoret.
Yes, the
Thank
town
you for
of
tuning
athletes.
in.
Thank you so much for calling. Anthony, have you ever been in a relationship with a co-worker, and how did it go?
Ah, man, Anthony has just hung up. I think you're about to expose something about his life.
And he's just like, no, I'm not
He
having
didn't-
any of
he
this.
didn't, let's pick one more call because guys are calling off the hook. Hello, Spice FM. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, please.
Hello, you need to speak louder. You're on the air. My name is Emmanuel Kisingani. What's your name?
Reduce the volume of your...
My name is Clinton.
Your name is?
Clinton.
Oh,
Clinton.
hi, Clinton. How are you? Thank you
Reduce
so much for calling.
the volume of your radio or telly. We need to hear you.
Clinton has hung up. Barbara umestua Clinton.
Clinton, I'm
Paka
sorry. Please
ametoka
call
mbio.
back on
think he's-
0179012600. That is
All right, Eric,
0719022600.
Yeah, Eric. Before we go back to the conversation, most of the guys are calling and then they're saying, "I agree with Barbara," but they're not saying what exactly with Barbara they agree with.
Let me
I think if without casting aspersions, I think those guys really like Barbara for many other reasons, except
Really,
for,
Eric, really,
except for
Eric.
the reasons that we've highlighted on the topic.
No,
Because you realize they say something, but when you ask them about the conversation,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
going away running.
Yeah.
Barbara, did you cue your guys? With just agree with me.
Like
agree with
just before
I wish
we
I
went
did, but
on
I have
the air,
not done that.
I saw Barbara dashing out to call somebody in Kisumu. I won't say her name. Cheki piga ikifika tu hiyo time upige. So we know you're rigging these votes.
But,
No, I'm not rigging any votes. But let me just tell you something.
Yes.
Most of us have a very negative perception when it comes to workplace romance, which is okay. However, as I said, it's debatable, and you will not agree with me that Cupid can fall anywhere. But majority, these things happen, and they're practiced in so many organizations, whether discreetly, whether openly. People are doing it. As I said, birds are doing it, bees are doing it.
Birds don't
But
work
you're
at
not a
Microsoft.
Oh, please.
You're not a bee.
How many bees have you seen here at Standard Group today? Yeah, did you
I
see
saw
birds
one of a luncher.
mating here and having affairs?
But it's interesting. Most
You're
guys, Eric, start working with their spouses or partners when they are older.
Yes.
You see, you've mentioned Microsoft. Bill Gates now works with his wife. It's when they're older.
Yeah.
Most guys, when they retire from their work, they go and start maybe a hardware somewhere.
A friend of mine told me
their
something so profound. He said to me that marriage is for the future.
Yes.
It's not so much
For the
now.
present, yeah.
And I think that was one of the most sound things somebody had said in a long time.
And I agree.
Because you're investing for your sunset days, you know. But now you're energetic. You want to hang out with your friends more, and your girlfriend wants to go to endless chamas, or even your wife.
That's the most adult
It
thing you've
becomes-
said today.
Oh, good Lord. That is so mean. Yeah, so I think I agree with my friend that marriage mostly, like
Yeah.
the benefits of what you're planting now with your wife, Kisiangani, Kisengani. While you feel some of them now, you're more likely to feel more of them 10, 20, 30 years down the road.
I would like to give an example of the Asian community. I like the way they work with their spouses and their families. It is something that you enrich and encourage in each and every, and instill that this is our business. We need to do this. So if you look at that, those are life relationships, we're working together. So for me, I take an example of the Asian community, and I also tell my family, why can't we do things together? Why do we always have to do everything apart? And this is why we have problems, especially the African community. You grow a business, you reach a certain level, God forbid you die, your kids can't even take up to
Barbara
continue.
And death.
I tell you what,
you fear death. You do know that.
But I agree with you, Barbara. In fact, most African men, let me not say Kenyan men, most African men even hide some of the businesses they have
from their wives.
They go start a hardware and put some other wife or some other chick.
Some chick.
So they're not open with these relationships. But even Eric, as you were saying about the older thing, like working with your wife when you get older.
For future.
Maybe it's because you don't have any choice now, kabisa.
Really,
like now you're
really, Emmanuel.
No, for real.
You're
older,
really,
tired, and
Emmanuel.
we can't walk.
You're just like we are 76. Stop pushing me, we'll both fall.
So I think it's I don't think it's a matter of choice.
I think there would be some of that as well. But I think the profundity of investing in now for the future is excellent to me.
There's a gentleman, I won't mention his name. He said that one of the things you should do as an employed man, he's an older man. He said that one of the things you should do is start a small business for your wife. All right?
Why small?
I don't know. Because you have to start small. That's how
Okay,
he's
fine,
reasoning. And then you pump in your salary to that business. And then now when you grow older, you're going to retire from your job. And then you join her in the business. Which I found to be sound advice.
So your wife is like your plan B.
What if she's not business savvy?
What if she leaves you?
See, if she's not business savvy,
What if she
you guide
leaves
her. You guide her.
And what if you're not business savvy?
What if you're not? I don't know. Maybe don't do it then. But I'm just throwing it out
Find
there
out
as
if
an
your wife wants
idea
to
that
do
I
like
had
this,
from somewhere that you can actually at your you can work together in the future. Like it confirms what I'm saying.
Even in the present, you can work
invest
together.
from your job.
You can
and
build
then you
empires together.
And join your wife hapo mbele.
No, you're right. But I
As you work
think
together.
I think the more sound one for me would be that you're working not so much about tangible stuff, even intangible stuff. Like you're more agreeable in your lines of thoughts. You have the home to yourselves, so that the kids have gone away to university or gotten married. So the ties you're building as you go about life in your 30s, 40s, 50s are more rewarding. Much later.
Eric, I want to play for you and Barbara some Lionel Richie, 3 Times a Lady, and we're gonna listen to that, and then we're gonna come back and almost finish this conversation. It's 9:30. You're hanging out with the adults in the room on 94.4 Spice FM in Nairobi, and we thank you so much. Keep those calls coming. We're gonna pick a few more calls right when we come back from the break, so don't touch that dial.
Spice
Richie, that was Lionel Richie on 94.4 Spice FM. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. Eish! If you're told that at the workplace, you might start relating immediately. My name is Emmanuel Kisengani. You're tuned to 94.4 Spice FM.
If you're in Kisumu, Mamboleo area, or Masat and Kibos, or Bunga, or Nyalenda, you can catch us live on 102.5 FM. If you're in Kisii, you can catch us on 102.5, Kapsabet 96.7, Nandi County and the entire regions of Kapenguria. We're on the same frequency at 96.7. Should you be stuck in the office anywhere in the world, or you're just in your house hanging out, we are on www.spicefm.co.ke, and my name is Eric Omondi.
And I am Barbara Mbaka, also known as the Duchess of Ikolomani. Our SMS code is 40127 and our telephone number is 0719 012 600. Let me repeat that, 0719 012 600. Call us. Let us know what you think. We're about to read your tweets and your Facebook comments.
Yeah, and my friend Maina Murumba, he says he's tuned in all the way from Kileleshwa. He's streaming live
All right.
from Kileleshwa.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, man. Barbara, is there anything you're seeing there on
Before
Facebook?
we go on, Barbara, there's a gentleman here called P.S. Kipto, all the way, I think, in Kapsabet. There's Kiro Desmond, Oxalis, Augustus, and Alex Udwar, all sending their shout-outs to Spice FM and saying they're enjoying the launch and the new show, which is Adults in the Room, and they're having a lot of fun.
That is amazing. Barbara, is there anything you're seeing on Facebook?
I am reading something from a gentleman called P.S. Kepto.
Mike.
Pardon? Oh, sorry for that. P.S. Kipto. And actually, let me read something from a gentleman called Kirwa Desmond. A boy makes you jealous of another woman, but a gentleman makes you another woman jealous. Can I repeat that? A boy makes you jealous of another woman, but a gentleman makes another woman jealous of you.
All right.
I don't know if that's in relation to our topic, but thank you for those words.
There's a gentleman here who says he agrees. That is P.S. Kipto says he agrees to office romance. Some of these men are single.
Barbara has gone and scrolled all the
Yes,
comments.
I'm scrolling.
And she has to read only the one that agree
If
with
Barbara
her.
reads a tweet where someone disagrees, I'll believe her.
If you're just joining us on
someone who's
94.4, we are
disagreed,
talking about office romance. Is it a good idea? And if you're in one, what are the pros and the cons?
All right, let's take a phone call. Hello, Spice FM, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
All right, that one is gone. Let's try someone else. Hello, Spice FM, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello, Space FM.
Hi, how are you doing? What's your name, sir?
My name is Augustus Oxalis from Nandi County.
Oh,
How
look
are
at
you?
that, Augustus.
Thank you for tweeting and commenting and for also calling. I've seen you online.
Yeah, I'm very great to be here today.
Augustus, Salamia Eric.
Hi, Augustus. How are you?
I'm fine. So
I know you agree with all of my points and so much that you had to call. Thank you so much, Augustus.
Augustus, be honest.
Yeah, I agree. But I've got an experience.
Yes, tell us.
Yeah, I was working in a supermarket. So we used to work with a lady, and being with her all that time, until we just date.
Oh, you are spending so much time ukamwona ukasema you must
Yes,
date
convenience, proximity,
Yeah.
commonality.
So did
You're working until, so you have got a limited time to go outside there and see some other cars, beautiful ladies. So the only person you have to go to is the one you're working with.
Yes, you zero grace.
Augustus, you've just confirmed what I was telling my colleagues here earlier, that you can spend so much time at work with someone until you just end up dating.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Eric doesn't think so. You should.
No, I'm listening, Augustus. So when did you break up?
Augustus, but I hope you're not waking up.
Actually, when I was phoned with the manager. So the manager says we don't encourage the kind of relationship here at work.
I think you're Eric's relation.
So maybe
it went to be very extreme until we could spend much time not even concentrating on what we were supposed to be doing.
You see now, thank you so much for crossing. I could sense in your voice it ended badly.
Thank you so much for calling Augustus. Eric, you're saying that one ended badly.
Augustus, I'm feeling sad. Right now.
Augustus is gone. You think
I was saying from how he was narrating, Barbara got excited too soon. I knew it ended very badly. What do you have?
Let me read. P.S. Kipto from the source of champions, that is Capsabit. I would like to say that office relationships are healthy and really working at times for single guys. They can be the only serious things once in a while that you have. But many of us, it's a purely hit and run.
If Kipto would call and we grilled him a little gentler as we just did Augustus, you would realize very quickly that relationship also ended up very sour.
Yeah, I think Eric is the prophet of doom. Exactly.
Eric is the prophet of doom. Call. I agree on that.
Hello, Spice FM. You're on the air. What's your name?
Hello.
Hi, we have a lady. Hi, lady.
Hey.
My name is Eric. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sarah and I'm calling from Istanbul.
Oh, yes, Sarah.
Thank you for calling, Sarah.
Sarah, on Spice FM, I speak to the ladies. Emmanuel likes speaking to men. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Have you had a love relationship in the office, Sarah?
First of all, I'd just like to say, why is Barbara defending this so much? It's still in an office relationship.
No, let me tell you, Sarah.
Sarah, I have to speak for everyone.
Barbara, let me just tell her. She has seen someone in the office. Unajua tume-launch tu leo. So she has seen someone in the office. Ongea na Barbara, Sarah.
Sarah, talk to me, my darling.
So I'm just saying, like, if all of you are in a relationship, like, all of you should talk to each other. Like, just let it be out in the open, so everyone is not dating everyone.
You fear that we might be dating everyone in the office.
Yes, because then if you're not truthful, all of you could be dating everyone else
discreetly,
and then no one really knows what's happening, and that's shady.
That's very shady. And Sarah, let me ask you a question. Between dating in the office and not dating in the office, which one would you rather?
I just think people shouldn't date in the office.
Thank you so much. So my points are strong and you love them. Is that true? Yeah.
Thank you for calling, Sarah.
Sarah,
but it's debatable.
Thank you for calling, man.
Do you have another call?
Yeah, the lines are actually really jammed. Let me take one more call.
Please take them.
Hello, Spice FM. Hello.
Hello, Spice FM.
Hi, you're on the air, sir. What's your name, sir?
My name is Arsenal Mike.
Your name is?
Michael.
Oh, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Michael, where are you calling us from, sir?
I'm calling from the land of champions, Eldoret.
Thank you so much. How is it going in Eldoret, Michael?
Oh, Eldoret is cool.
My name is Eric. I just want you to tell us if you've been in a very illicit relationship that you regret.
Why are you calling it illicit?
And you want to share. Have you had such relationships and what are your thoughts? Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
I can
Michael?
hear you, Michael.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I've been in that kind of relationship,
Yes.
But it's healthy, sometimes, okay, most of the time when you prepare to go to work, you just feel cheeky, what awaits you at work,
You feel naked and ashamed, isn't it?
Eric, don't stop putting words into Mike's mouth.
Eric,
Mike, just say what you wanted
Michael,
to.
this
Maybe
guy's
you
a
feel
bully. You just keep
I've not
telling us.
said that.
I know you've not said that. I believe you. He's just against it.
Barbara,
Yes, darling.
I agree with you
Completely.
100% plus.
Thank you.
Completely.
Even while
I'm
feeling naked
speaking
and
for
ashamed.
people.
Even
No
while
one-
feeling
no one
the way
is
you
feeling
feel.
naked and ashamed. No one is feeling naked.
Emmanuel, don't put words on my mouth, please.
No, that was Eric. Me, I don't put words. It's Eric. Bully
I know
Eric.
you will not sleep until you are crying out of shame, but you're trying to put
Why?
a strong faith
No,
for
no,
Barbara.
no.
Barbara is
Why?
misleading you.
No,
No.
But Michael, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for calling
Keep it
Spice
94.4
I have a-
Spice FM.
Thank you.
Barbara, before you tell us, let's take a very, 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 very short break. We'll be
Are you ready? Okay. Spice
back. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani. You're hanging out with the adults in the room, 94.4 Spice FM, and I'm so excited about all the calls which are coming in. And I'm hanging out here. I'm not alone. I'm hanging out here with my buddies.
My name is Eric Mondi. Listen, this is the adults in the room. We have all the unfiltered, no holds barred conversation about issues of life between men and women who love them. If you're listening from Kisumu, we're on 102.5. And if you want to stream us live, we're on www.spicefm.co.ke.
And if you tuned in live, all our social media handles are SpiceFM KE on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I have something from a gentleman called Rashid Hamesi. Rashid says, I think relationships out of the office is not a good idea. You will not be able to concentrate.
All right. I agree with Amici 100%.
Hamisi has hit the nail on the head.
You don't even know which side you are on. You're such a watermelon.
No, you're the watermelon. Why is Barbara accusing me of being a watermelon and she's a watermelon? But then no one has called say they agree with me. But then my name is Emmanuel Kisengani. You're free to agree. You're free to agree with me. I think we're going to take one more phone call and then maybe we can agree to disagree. Let me just take one more call.
Hi, good day, Spice. Good evening. Hello.
Hello, Spice FM. You're on the air. My name is Manuel Kisingani. What's your name?
Hello.
All right, we've lost that one, and we don't have anyone else calling as of now. Please call in. The number is 0719012600. Eric, do you think we should agree to disagree on this particular issue?
I am very happy to disagree with especially Barbara.
I'm agreeing to disagree.
Who is very persistent about advising men
advising.
in Eldoret, especially Kina Augustus, to start pursuing relationship illicit ones in the supermarket or the companies they work in?
Eric.
Barbara, I just want to tell you. that is a bad thing. Augustus, I know you're listening. Pursue a relationship from a different sector.
Eric, let's take one more phone call and see. Spice FM, hello. My name is Mano Kisingani. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Chimano. I'm calling from Westlands.
Chimano!
Hello!
Hello, Mr. Chimano. Your voice reminds me of Eric's voice.
Oh, that's only deeper, I know.
Yeah. How are you, Chimana, my darling?
Hey, sis, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You see, I told you Barbara is rigging this thing.
Yeah,
She's getting
you know,
calls from
Chimano,
relatives.
she stepped out to go to the ladies, and her phone was dialing, and I saw a C. I was just about to read the other H. So she's rigging. She's rigging.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's been calling, agreeing with her, man.
Shimano, what do you think about office romance?
Well, I disagree with you, sis. I totally
Yay!
Asante. Thank you for calling, Chimano. Anyway, I'm kidding.
Why do you disagree?
it's just it's one of those things that is very what do you say, when you find someone good for you, but it's not something that should be encouraged, if I may say so.
What about Cupid?
In fact, there's no word for Cupid in Ikolomani.
Cupid didn't get a visa to come to Africa. Cupid is.
Do you mean Cupid? Do you mean feelings?
No, I just mean that you could get someone. You never know when your love life or where the love of your life is going to be.
Yeah, but then don't go to work seeking for someone.
I am not.
Chimano, I've been telling this lady the whole entire afternoon to divorce herself from these deep, intense feelings of the office. They can land in a lot of trouble. But she's being insistent.
I'm speaking for people who have no voices out here. As you realize, this is something many people practice. They're just fear talking about it.
Make a poster, put your face, and say you are the leader of the voice.
But I tell you what, maybe she won't tell you because she's your sister. I think she's spotted someone in this particular workspace. So she has
That's a lie, but
she has a 3-hour.
For her child
Thank you so much for calling,
Thank
James,
you
man.
so
We
much.
appreciate
You know what?
it.
Congratulations, guys. Amazing show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Barbara is at least your sibling has said, Apana. Do
I'm
not
going to
bring
deal
for
with
us
him after
somebody
this.
from the office.
I cannot believe he did that.
Stay with your guy who was a hardware. Wachana na watu wa ofisi sawa. Stop trying to upgrade into a standard group, guys.
I shall stick with the people.
Do you want to take one more phone call? Let's take one more phone call. Hello, Spice FM. Hello.
Oh, that volume is quite
Hi.
Hi, how are you? I only speak to the ladies, Kisangani. Shut up.
All right.
Hi, my name is Eric, the guy who speaks to the ladies. Who am I talking
Chloe.
to? Hello?
You have to switch off your your radio
volume?
or your TV because we can hear the echo. Can you quickly switch it off?
Your radio or your TV, because we can hear the echo.
All right, that one has gone. Let's take one more call. One more. One more. Hello, Spice FM.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
It's Cheeky at the end, guys.
Oh! Wow.
Hi, Cheeky. Hi, Bien.
Tuko poa, maze. You guys, amazing show, man. And I just want to say, people should be allowed to kiss who they want to kiss.
Thank you, Bien.
Sorry, I'm anti that. So keep your relationships for the bedroom.
Yes.
So, Cheeky, you're against Bien, you're for.
Yes.
Bien, you know I've taught you well.
No, I just have a question.
Yes.
In the event that you work together and you earn around the same salary,
Yes.
who pays the bills when you go for a date?
Definitely not ladies.
Definitely not the lady. You're still paying the bills.
Let me tell you, the lady's money is for saving. The guy's money is for spending.
Our money is our money. Your money is our money.
Hey, that's controversial. Anyway, guys, amazing show, maze. God our bless waongeze hiyo show yenu ni kali.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
man.
much. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much for calling, man. Hey, those were amazing phone calls. Thank God I picked. Let's pick another phone call. we're on a roll, man. Let's pick one more phone call, man, and then we wind it up. Hello, Spice FM. Hello, you're on the air. All right, we've lost that one. Let's try this one. Hello, Spice FM. You're on the air.
Okay, how are you?
Very
We're
well.
very
This is
good.
Eric
How are you?
Kamondi, the guy who speaks to the ladies. How do you do?
Oh,
Yeah,
Eric.
I'm Georgina.
What's your name, sorry?
Georgina.
Georgina.
Hi, Georgina.
Hi, thanks for calling Spice
Yeah,
FM.
I'm fine.
Where are you calling from?
Mombasa.
Oh, Mombasa. Thank you so much for calling. How are you feeling about the conversation we're having today?
Okay, I disagree with Barbara.
Thank you so much for disagreeing with me.
Thank you. You have
So
called
you
Spice FM.
agree
I'm
with
kidding.
Eric?
Okay, love you guys.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
darling.
you
We
so
love
much.
you too.
Thank
But
you.
Okay, welcome.
Keep it here. Tomorrow we'll be here again from 7. So please tune in and tell a friend to tell a friend.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, Mombasa, the voice is so sweet.
You can
Why
totally
you
get
changing?
married to her. You can totally. In fact, I was almost changing my mind, man.
Georgina, you just met the men in this studio.
No,
All of a sudden, their tones have
Eric,
changed.
is
No,
really
They're so
doubting.
soft.
She sounds really well. Georgina, I know you're listening, and we have a deeper understanding about these matters, you and I. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you calling Spice FM.
But I tell you what, parting shot, Eric.
Yes.
What's your parting shot? Because we almost get
All right. It's always fun. I cannot wait for same time tomorrow. And I invite you who's listening to tune in. Same time, 94.4 Spice FM. We have an enthralling conversation lined up for you. Let's do it. And don't change the dial. I know we have Maya and your absolute favorite Whitney Houston lined up just for you. So keep
And
it.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, keep it 94.4.
Yeah, Barbara, you have a lot of fans tonight, man.
Thank you
Except
for tuning in.
the real ones, your brother
I will
and
still
the
say
one
it's
from
debatable.
Mombasa.
if you can handle an office romance, please go ahead.
All right.
Leave alone these guys.
You're telling yourself. Jackie, I will go ahead. I will.
Yes, if you can handle, ladies and gentlemen, if you can handle an office romance, go ahead. This is Barbara Mbaka, the Duchess of Ikolomani.
And
Eric, no, quickly, before you, what are you guys up to when you leave here?
Emmanuel, just before you sign out, you want to join us tomorrow at 6 a.m. all the way to 10 a.m.
Yeah,
We
for the
have
Situation
a fantastic show called The Situation Room, where we discuss all things political. What am I up to after here?
Yeah.
I'm a bit peckish. So the plan is
Me
to go
too.
and get something to bite, and then I hit the sack.
All right.
All right. And yourself? What are you doing?
I'm just going to go hang out to the missus.
Are you going to cuddle? I know you told me you love being cuddled.
Oh my
Especially
God.
now, it's really chilly. So now,
So all of a sudden you're feeling all lovey.
No,
dovey.
the purpose of marriage is warmth. So you
You
have
are
to
so
marry
silly
so that you
hearts.
can keep each other warm. What are you up to when you leave here?
I'm also feeling peckish, so I just need to go and grab a bite, then the rest.
I'm going to decide
Is
to
that-
go echo Eric. I will echo what Eric is saying. So as you guys go and have hard times looking for food, I'll go and have a very nicely cooked meal.
Oh, go away.
Made with love by my loving wife. And my wife, if you're here, I'm sure she's fan number one of this
What
show.
are you trying?
I'm about to come home. This has been the Adults in the Room 94.4. We thank you so much for tuning in. For the guys who've been streaming in live, for the guys who've called, we thank you so much. And we're gonna be here tomorrow at the same time, 7 o'clock all the way to 10 o'clock. So please tell a friend to tell a friend, and we love you and see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.